down.
Let's go! Evolution.
Download Loco, watch our streams, and win giveaways.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
narcissist, Medusa, epasos, ashalalala, susus, me never a kubus. I love it when you couscous, Aphrodite, vintage. Hera, Messi, Carlos, na 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 na. I love that.
So once again, this is it, guys. The curtains will be drawn to a close because this is Skyesports Championship 2.0, the Valorant tournament. This is the great grand finale, and this is me, Akash, once again your host. And along with me, we have a special person, Thinker. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling to be at this grand stage of the very juvenile Valorant esports tournament that's going to be happening here?
Now, I'm very excited to see the likes of Velocity and Noble Esports trying to compete in the finals for the top spot. And coming down to this, where you have the pinnacle of the gaming in Valorant right now. And if you talk about the Valorant tournaments, they have been evolving a lot, and we have seen teams going to that level where they can compete with anyone right now. The kind of accuracy, the kind of shots that they have got, I'd like to see what kind of performance they show today, and how well they will be coming out on top. Whether it will be Velocity who will be taking that crown of the phase 1 of Skyesports Championship 2.0, or will it be Noble coming out on top and upsetting Velocity Gaming today?
Certainly enough, I can pressurize on the term that you mentioned, upset, because it has been a general trend. Because Team Velocity versus Team Noble, this has been such a long-standing healthy rivalry that has been going on along for so long right now. It's not just been through Valorant, but even before, even the games before. And once again, with Valorant coming up to the scene, I guess it has evolved into a much more dynamic rivalry once again. And it's a pleasure to actually to see these two teams battle it out in the grandest stage of them all, because according to me, I haven't really seen any such big tournaments like this is. And why I say this is a big tournament, exactly this is why we have a massive prize pool of 1,50,000 rupees. Dinka will be running us through the champions, runners up, and everything else.
Vishal asking what's phase 1. So this is phase 1, bro. Like, you have 1,50,000 prize pool, and you have it divided in two parts. Phase 1, amounting for 75,000 rupees prize pool, and phase 2 also amounting for the same prize pool. The champions get a prize pool of rupees 40,000. The second place goes for 25,000, and third place gets to have 10,000 rupees in their pocket. So this is the kind of prize pool that you'll be seeing in both the phases. So you know what's the difference between phase 1 and phase 2. And coming out when we have Nanish asking us to ask HyperX to get some budget accessories. So it's not in our hands actually. I would have loved some budget accessories as well, but it is what it is. Quality comes with a price, and sometimes you have to compensate for those pricing if you want to have that good quality products. So, but the best thing is, even if you are spending something, you are getting the run for the money. You are getting that kind of product that actually amounts for that amount. So it's actually good. Let's see what happens. And two finals, bro. We have phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 2 will be coming up with 8 teams as well, so we'll be talking about more in the later phases of the stream, and we'll be trying to give you some more information. We'll be trying trying to give you some teams as well. Shivraj Kumar also coming in with that. Hello, thank you so much, bro. Phase 1, as you saw, we had a lot of teams fighting with each other for that prize pool, and now it's down to 2 teams, Velocity Esports and Noble Esports, trying to compete for that prize, trying to compete for that 40,000 rupees and for that crown of champions. So let's see who gets that crown, and then we'll be moving on to phase 2 with a little less teams, but yeah, the prizes will be same, the things which are on hold will be same, and we'll be seeing who gets to taste the better of all the 2 tournaments that we are going to have.
Certainly enough, yes, basically that is well described. The phase 1 and the phase 2 will be mostly the same, but in phase 2 we won't be having a round of 16. It will be proceeding with the same seeded teams from the quarterfinals of phase 1. Probably there is going to be different groups, there will be different matchups, but the teams are going to be the same. If we move forward, we have a head-to-head, the flag bearers from each of the teams. We have Antidote from Velocity Gaming, we have Sai from Noble Esports. Once again, we know how good these players are. The KD ratio suggests the same as well. Antidote came up with 79 kills, 50 deaths and 14 assists. I mentioned it yesterday. He has a KD ratio of more than 1.5, and that is immense, that is intense when you consider it, that he's playing against the top players of the country. You have a KD ratio of more than 1.5, you are phenomenal. But Sai, same goes it for him as well. It does not really show it in terms of statistics. You see only 53 kills, but the way Sai has been pulling things off for Team Noble Esports, the moment when he gets those kills, he gets significant frags, he gets those important frags. Sai wins you rounds, and that is what makes him different. That is what makes him a legend that he is, not just in Valorant but even in CSGO, that he has established himself as well. So brilliant teams coming up head to head once again, and as I already said, this is going to be the pinnacle of Valorant once again. Velocity go up against Noble Esports. I guess there couldn't have been a better finale, can it, Linker?
The legend of Antidote and the legend of Sai, these 2 guys are the top dogs here, and we have Avi asking us who is the best individual player in the whole tournament. So we'll be answering that when the stream ends, because it's final and you will be getting the champions, and one of the players will be shining out in the later phases of the game. Today we'll be seeing who comes out on top. Then we have Suraj Jha as well, Ellie coming into the chat as well, Sakshi coming in to support her team as well. So let's see who will have the better part of it. On the other hand, if we talk about XLE and Harsh, these 2 players also going head to head with each other. But again, Ali coming out with those amazing stats, 77 kills and 55 deaths. That's on par with Antidote as well. So those are some amazing stats. And if you talk about Velocity Gaming, these 2 players, they have been 2 of those players who have been getting those kills, who have been leading their teams from the front, and they have allowed Velocity Gaming to do well. And these 2 players, they are one of the main reasons the full team is doing well. They have a very good synergy. They have that kind of good tactics as well. But if you talk about these 2 players, they are standing out. If you talk about their counterparts in the other teams, they are kind of the stars right now, and the stats say that. Stats actually show how many kills they have got in each game, and 75 kills, 79 kills. These are not less when you compare it with other teams when they have around 450 to 52 kills. So they have a very, very high lead, at least 50% lead, you can see right there, and that shows in the if you talk about the results of Velocity Gaming, that shows because of these 2 players, because of the kind of performances that they have shown in the past. They have done amazingly well.
They certainly did amazingly well, and once again, I mean, I really would want to give our audience a quick recap, because we saw quarterfinals on day 1 of the English stream. We saw semi-finals on the 2 days, and both the semi-finals were absolute cracker. Both of them were highlights in their own terms. If we talk about the first semi-final, then we had Noble Esports go up against Team Orange Rock. Both of them were best of 3. Once again, a lot of people had confusions. The finals are going to be best of 3 as well, not a best of 5. But once again, getting back on point, we saw Noble Esports go up against Team Orange Rock. Orange Rock definitely did lose the first map, but in the second map, once again, they were absolutely flaming. Once again, Ascent, the map it was their home ground, but they were absolutely undone by Noble Esports just at the final second. Immense comeback which we got to see from Noble Esports. Once again, the lineup is right in front of you. We have Tito Savage, we have Rexy, we have Sai, we have Hika, we have Harsh. We know how good these players are from Team Noble Esports. Once again, from Velocity Gaming, right to Ace, Excali, we have Antidote, Sport, we have Vivor, we have Sentinel. I guess Sentinel will not be there as usual. Amaterasu will be filling in his role and as their IGL. So I guess Amaterasu definitely gets a very important slot in that particular team. But that does not really matter. I guess both the teams are of such high caliber. I just cannot wait for these two teams go up against each other.
Yeah. When these legends collide, it is going to be a fully packed action. Breathtaking. Thank you so much for the compliment, Eli. Thank you so much for the compliment, and we'll keep doing the great work for you, and we'll try our best so that you enjoy the stream. And then we have Mihir as well. And the best thing about this Valorant community is they know that supporting one team is not about hating the other squad. And if you talk about the Valorant community, they are one of the best community that I have seen in the gaming community. They have been very supportive of the teams and of the casters as well. So I really love this community, and getting the chance to actually host them, it's a pleasure, and I'll try my best to actually meet the demands and meet the requirements here.
Certainly enough, you definitely will. I mean, you are a very exceptional caster as well as one of my favorite casters. But once again, I had to take you back to the semi-finals too. I mean, you probably have seen the game as well. Our audience probably has seen the game as well. But if you once again move back, what a semi-final did we have yesterday? It was Team Velocity go up against Team Global Esports, and I guess and I kind of think that it was the highest level of gameplay which we had seen. Yes, there were certain games where there might be the rounds which were there more or something else can be happening, but the kind of gameplay we saw yesterday from either of those two teams, I guess the level of the gameplay was the highest in them, and the kind of competition which we saw was highest as well. At a point of time, it kind of looked like Global just pinned down Velocity towards the wall, and it kind of looked like Global is going to snatch this away from their grasp, but then Velocity just peaked at the right time, winning consecutive rounds and just booking their place in the finals. I guess that shows the caliber of what Velocity is capable of. Once again, in semi-final 1, we saw what Team Noble Esports is capable of as well, but we have to put that away because right now the map veto has come into play. Both the teams have selected Bind to be their first map, and this is going to be interesting. I guess this is going to be interesting because, as you know, Dinker, in Bind we have two sides, A and B, which probably is very much known to all of the players, all of the people who are seeing here as well. So it's going to be pretty competitive. I guess Bind is one of the most favorite maps for a lot of competitive players. So I guess yes, it is going to be a very good first game. But talking about Bind, you probably would think that it has been chosen by Velocity Gaming because Bind is their home ground.
Yeah, they have done really well in the past in that map. And yeah, we were talking about how the competition was in semifinals. Actually, Global doing really well to give a cutthroat competition to Velocity Gaming as well. And at one point we were thinking like maybe Global can snatch that victory, but for Velocity Gaming, they are a very experienced squad. They have been grinding really hard. They know when to fight back, and they win consecutive rounds to snatch that victory away from Global. And as you said, it was one of the top notch fights that we have seen. It was one of the top-notch competitions that we have seen in the Valorant circuit in India, and it was amazing to see both the teams. And unfortunately, Global Esports went out. It was very unfortunate considering that they were playing really well. Specifically, if you talk about skills, the kind of gameplay that he was showing, the kind of kills that he was getting, and the streak that he had, one after another, he was getting kills after kills. But it was very unfortunate that he wasn't able to meet the ends right there. Global Esports, unfortunate ending, but again, they showed great valor, they showed great courage to actually reach here. And Velocity, they have also done really well, and they actually came out on top yesterday, and they will be trying to come up on top today as well as they go up against Noble Esports. These guys are also you cannot underestimate these guys as well. They have also done well in the past. They have reached finals, and many people I think asking what is phase 1 and phase 2. So we have already told a few minutes ago that this is the phase 1 of the tournament, and the prize pool is around 75,000, and then we'll be moving on to the phase 2 where we will be having more 75,000 rupees prize pool, and the teams from quarterfinals will be fighting up against each other in that phase. So we'll be running through it as well in the later phase of the stream as we go on, as we will be seeing the matches. These matches are going to be best of 3, so let's see what happens.
Certainly enough, and and phase 2 is going to come in pretty soon as well. But right now we have to focus of what's up ahead. It is the big day, the big finals, and I know that every one of you are waiting for this match to start, because no one really wants to wait for a Velocity versus Noble matchup, because these two teams, I guess, even if they did not meet in the finals, even if they had kind of seeded up against each other in the quarterfinals, it would have been a bigger match than the finals itself. And the fact that they are meeting together in the finals, the stage is all set, and I guess it gets even bigger when the match starts. I kind of feel that a lot of you guys were asking who has picked up Bind for their map. I kind of feel that it is an automatic choice for Team Velocity Gaming. They are one of the strongest when it comes to Bind. When it comes to Noble Esports, I guess their pick would have been a Heaven or some other map, but when it actually comes to Bind, it is Velocity Gaming's pick. So in the next map we might find a Heaven, because Noble Esports, they will get their opportunity to pick their map as well. But right now all comes down to Bind, and I kind of feel that it is going to be really important for Velocity to actually make this count, because you don't really want to lose your game on your home ground, right? You want to win on your home ground and then try and go as tough as you can on your opponents on your away ground.
Yeah, Akash, what do you think? Like, if you have a strong point, would you leave it towards the end so that maybe you'll have the the condition of coming back, you have the probability of coming back, or will you just use it in the upfront, or you'll use in the upfront to actually get a lead over your opponent and you want to pressurize them? So how will you cater to your strong point? Will you leave it towards the end, or will you use it in the starting only?
You know what? I'll actually reply. This is a really good question, and I'll reply this in a different way. So you know what? My favorite footballer is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's one of the greatest penalty takers in the world. All right. So one time there was a Champions League final, and he being one of the best penalty takers in the team, he kind of prevented himself from going at the start. He thought that I'll take the last penalty, but in that particular match, the penalty did not even last till the last one. All the players who took the first three penalties, they kind of missed, and Ronaldo didn't even get the opportunity to hit his last penalty. And after that, he has always been taking the first penalty for his team and giving his team a good start. So you probably must have understood what I'm trying to mean, I guess. If you have your best, just to throw it on the table, because you want to hit your strongest foot on your opponent. That is what it's all about. And I guess keeping the strongest for the last is a strategy which kind of a lot of teams will try to use it, but I kind of feel that especially when it's a final, you don't want to mess up at the start. You want to keep your form correct. You want to get your strongest foot forward.
True. But let's talk about something else. Fearless Official Betting, Accelerate TV coming in the chat as well, guys. I want to just know something out of curiosity. Like, as a Valorant fan, do you like cricket or do you like football more? Because we have this is the kind of thing that I have, that people who like Valorant, they tend to be more inclined towards football. So like, if you look at Akash, he's also one of those guys who has been moving towards football away from cricket when he's supporting Valorant. So how are you guys? So can you give me that answer in the chat? I'll be really happy to know your inputs as well. Ellie, Anvesh, Mihir, then we have Fearless Official, Breathtaking, Accelerate TV, Abhi as well, Subhajit as well. Thank you so much. Casters Red Bull PK I hai. Thank you so much, Subhajit. I'm very happy that you're able to actually measure our intensity. You are able to measure our power as well. Cricket, Breathtaking coming in with cricket. Dave coming in with cricket as well. Rawat football. Aryan chess. That's an amazing choice. Aryan, we can have a match one day. Like, let's head over to chess.com. Ray Gupta, start already. Ray Gupta, we'll be starting in a little while. I hope. I'm trying to interact here. Just let's just head over to that. We have cricket, badminton, football coming in from Powell. Then we have football, Abhi, football, cricket. Honestly, both breathtaking. He's my friend. He's one of my friends. Like, they like to tend to both. But when you are using both, when you are using cricket as well, when you are watching cricket, when you are watching football as well, you are wasting most of your time. You're spending spending most of your time in watching the games, because if you support only one game, if it's cricket and if it's football, then you'll be spending your time watching only one game. But when it's two, in night you are watching football, in day you're watching cricket, and all days going down. Anyways, Mihir Kadam, thank you so much. Thank you, Caster. Thank you so much, Mihir. Thank you for watching, bro. Ellie, thank you so much for watching as well. Caster, can you please tell tell people to spam POG instead of OP? It's up to them. Let's see what they do. But yeah, fearless official, why don't you start with that? Because if you want to change, be the change. Let's just do that. Fearless official, cricket love for Hari Are Red Bull nahi Monster Energy guy, it's sponsor Perv Patel. Thank you so much for coming in, bro. Perv, I hope I'm taking all your names correctly, because I'm very bad at pronouncing names. So sometimes just I'm very bad at it. Whenever I go to any place casting, I just tell that in advance only that I'm very bad at pronouncing names, so that people that don't get offended in the later phases when I'm streaming. So it's just a comeback from me in the starting phases only.
Certainly enough, that is a pretty good session of interaction with the audience. I definitely love interactive sessions because it makes it much more meaningful, I guess, because we guys are casting for you people as well. And if we are not even connecting with you, I guess it does not even make sense. But once again, I would like to get back to the game, and I guess this match is really going to be pretty interesting. There are going to be a lot of player interviews as well in between. I guess that Spiro and Gamezo from the Hindi stream are going to be taking on the interviews from our end as well. But for right now, the match, I guess a lot of you guys will be waiting for when the match is going to start. The match is going to start pretty soon. The players are joining up. You can understand that this is the big finale, all right? And the players will definitely go through a lot of practice. I guess they are going through their regular routines, and one by one, yes, they are starting to join the lobby as well. So yes, it is a little bit of wait, but I don't really think that it's not really worth it, because once the match starts, I guess it's going to be cutthroat competition between Team Velocity and Team Noble, because that is what they have been doing. So, and yes, once again, if Dinker would ask me which team is my automatic pick, I would say that there isn't really a team I would like to pick on guessing, but according to the latest or the recent past performances, Team VLT did beat Team Noble Gaming in the Valorant Sky Showdown. So I kind of think that VLT will be high on confidence, but we'll have to see how can Noble come back, because we saw in the semi-finals they definitely can come back strong.
Yeah, they can definitely come back strongly, and we have seen a glimpse of it in the past. Let's see if they will be able to do it today. I have one more question. Like, what do you believe in? Love all, support one, or support all, love one? Like, it's a kind of different thing that many people don't agree on. So I asked the question to the chat as well. What do you believe in? Love all, support one, or support one, love all? What's your pick? I would like to see some inputs from the chat as well.
Certainly enough, I guess this is what keeps the chat going, and we need some OP words in the chat as well. I kind of know that a lot of you guys are supporting a team, you are here to support the team as well, but you also kind of need to focus on what the people at the back end they're doing. I understand that we, like I and Dinko, we are at the front, we are the face of the English stream right now. You can see us, you can love us, you can hate us, a lot of things are there, but there are a lot of people who are working back end to bring us the top-notch kind of production that's happening. Skyesports once again have done a fantastic job in hosting such brilliant tournament, and to be honest, Championship 2.0 would not have been possible without our sponsors. So once again, Dinker, do you want to give a vote of thanks to our sponsors, because I guess everything is happening because of them?
A big thanks to our sponsors, and reading the comments right now, support all, love all. Abhi coming in, Abhi is the kind of guy who can crack any interview, because whenever someone comes up with a question like this, love all, support one, the best diplomatic answer is support all, love all. And these are the kinds of answers that interviewers want. So Abhi, and when we have Yash as well, no one does it better as well. These are the kinds of guys who can actually go to any tournament and can to any interview, and they can crack it. Well done, boys, well done. And a big thanks to all the sponsors, Loco, Good Gamer, WD as well. These sponsors have made it possible. Flipkart also coming in, Monster Energy, Zoink, HyperX, graphics, they're one of the top as well. If you talk about their peripherals, the top of the line peripherals, a lot of gamers have been using it, and just because of that, Tinka, keep the convo relatable in please. Yeah, bro, just I'll don't worry about it. It's just the match hasn't started yet, so we are just trying to have some interaction with the chat as well. Don't worry about it. It will be close to Valorant. It will be actually related to Valorant only. Don't worry about it. It's not thing to worry about.
Certainly enough, and the match has started. One player once again got disconnected, so there are a lot of issues. But you know what? Something really big is happening, and this is really big for a lot of Valorant fans once again. This is Shubhajit who says Akash Chopra. No, bro, not Akash Chopra. He is doing commentary in cricket. But if we get back to the big news from Valorant, I guess a lot of the players will be happy about it. Is the fact that the Indian servers are currently coming in. The Valorant Indian servers are starting to take shape right now. A lot of testing and tuning is going on currently. The servers have been placed in Mumbai right now, and they are being tried and tested currently. And I guess it's going to take a week or two when we actually see these servers functioning full time. But right now it is going like sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. So you might see some low pings on any of your games. So yes, it is the big and happy news that the servers are finally coming in, and a lot of players will be really happy about it.
One more thing, Akash. When we had the usual servers, we had a ping of around 100 to 120. Then moving on to the Indian servers, I just got the notification that servers are giving ping up to like 9 to 10 ms.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is a difference of 100 ms. When we are regularly playing in 120 ms, you have adapted to those conditions. Now you have a 100 seconds or 100 milliseconds of that delay. So is it going to affect the game, the gameplay, or is it going to affect the mindset of these players?
Certainly enough, but once again, the game has actually already started, and Noble Esports has pulled back one round. I mean, this is just the start, and we can already see that one round has been taken up by Noble Esports, and you can see a 0-0 in between. I guess a lot of people will be questioning what is the 0-0. It is the number of maps that has been taken by either of the teams. So once again, as we see, this is Velocity on the red corner, and that means that they are on the attacking side right now. Once again, a timeout has been called. I guess a player has disconnected for some reason, but it's not going to be for very long. We have already seen that the defender side from Team Noble has won one round already, but it has been a recent phenomenon, or rather it has been a very frequent phenomenon when we see Team Velocity just losing their pistol round and the round after, because their economy is completely screwed up, and when the game is all set, when they have the big money to buy all their guns, they just come in all guns blazing, and after that it's really hard for them to stop. So I kind of feel that this is probably not going to be a very big concern for this particular team.
They have been through this, haven't they? So they are a very good team. If you talk about adapting to the conditions, if you talk about going down first and then fighting back, it's all about, winners are all about fighting back. Even if you go down once, even if you go down twice, it's all about fighting back. Until unless you are fighting back, you have not lost. And VLT is all about that. Even if they are going to lose out in 1 or 2 rounds, yeah, they are going to fight back. But if you talk about Noble Esports, starting on a very good note, it is the best thing that can happen to you if you want to go against a top team. Even if they are also a top team, no concerns about that, no doubt about that. But VLT, they have been on a roll, they have been winning tournaments, they have been winning matches. So Noble Esports, they will have to pull off a very good game today. So they need a very good start, they need that base on which they can stand, and yes, they can challenge Velocity on that base. So yeah, a good start is definitely important, and I guess they have already done that with that first round.
Certainly, the confidence on the Noble camp will be very high, because in the last match between these two teams as well, I kind of remember that Noble kind of pulled off a stunner where they got the first 2 rounds, and that actually builds up a lot of confidence on you. But Velocity, over the period, we have seen that the pistol rounds, they currently don't really focus much in that particular aspect. I guess they don't really go for the pistol rounds, they don't really go all in the eco round as well. Eco round is a round where you don't really spend a lot of credits, right? You save it for your next round where you can buy those big guns. And when they actually get those big guns, I guess it is that point when the match actually starts. So I kind of feel that this match is still just a trailer. Noble winning the first round, it can set up something for them. I guess they will get that particular base, but this match hasn't even started. This is just the trailer, and picture abhi baki hai, because when the third round kicks in, you can see a difference how team VLT plays. I'm not really biased out here, but there is a difference, and if team Noble do have to win this map, I guess, win in their away ground, win in the Lion's Den, they have to punch above their weight, and I guess they will do that. They have really good players, and I guess they will do that.
A lot of supporters, a lot of players, they know that VLT hasn't done so well in the economy round and the pistol rounds as well. So even if VLT went down in the pistol round, still they won't be disappointed, because they have been through this. They will be coming back. They will be fighting back in the upcoming rounds. So let's see what happens. Start Kapoka Dinkar, bro. There was a slight disconnection with the VLT players this time, so we are going to reconnect. We are going to restart. So just wait for a few more seconds. I hope you are not bored. I'm trying my best to keep you connected. I'm trying my best to keep you entertained as well, and we'll be trying to do that throughout the game. We are going to have best of 3, and the start was amazing. Noble Esports clutching the first round, and this was kind of expected. And now moving on to the next game, Eco also a lot of supporters, Abhi and a lot of players, Calvin as well, coming up with that yes, VLT hasn't done so well in the pistol and Eco round, and some of the players are the supporters are also coming in with that pistol and the Eco rounds are kind of giveaway from VLT. So we have been seeing that, but the first two rounds going out in the initial phase of the game, even if they have been doing that, there is a slight pressure on them. Even if they are going in the third and fourth round, there is a pressure that if they don't do well in this round as well, then it can be all over for them. It will be very hard for them to come back after that slight deficit that they'll have in the initial phases.
Certainly enough, but I guess what, I guess we have a new notification. Our admin just contacted us, and it is a pretty big news, guys. The match is going to be restarted. I guess all the players were lagging. The server was not really well optimized in that particular scenario. So yes, the match will be restarted. We are starting from 0-0 all over again. So don't really fret over the first round, because anything can happen from here on.
Yeah, anything can happen. Shivam, yeah, bro, we do know that. Anyways, thank you so much for joining in. Let's we are on the match, and we have Delphi to start coming in from Harsh, gets that connection on Excel, and he gives over PS4 again, coming out with that on Amaritsu, and he gets that clutch connected as well. Headshots coming in from both sides. Over PS4 again. A 4v2 situation coming in, 4v1, and VLT going down really easily in the pistol round itself. Some more shots coming in, not able to connect that well, and it will be Noble Esports doing the same thing again, winning that quite comfortably. They had two players still standing even at the end, so it was a clean clutch coming in from Noble Esports.
Certainly enough, it was a clean clutch coming in from Noble Esports, and I guess it was a kind of something which we knew. Once again, Velocity did lose the first round when we got that disconnection. So after that, I guess after the match restart, it had to be the same as well. But right now, I kind of feel that this is going to be the round for Noble Esports as well. They all have the Spectres and Ghosts ready, whereas Velocity is still going up with the Classic. So definitely there has to be a case where you don't really expect VLT to be in top 4 once again. This is the drone coming in from the Sova as well. You can see Vibor who gets that particular beautiful kill on Tito, but this is Rexy who confirms that kill on Vibor as well. The Spectres are going to come in very handy. SMGs are definitely going to come on top of the Classics as well. Right now, this is Amaterasu once again trying to get his team inside the site right now. Team Velocity Gaming has complete site control on side B right now. Hika once again trying to get inside, trying to invade onto the stronghold which Velocity does have right now. This is the Leerai, the flash coming in from Reina, which did not really do any such damage. Rexy once again trying to reveal. Okay, so that was a shock dart, and as we speak, this is Antidote once again trying to look at the city region. He will try and prevent any sort of entry coming in. This is right to Ease who gets Noble Hika right now. Antidote, he is I guess converting things on right now. I guess only 1v1 situation that's remaining. Sai going up against Xcully. He will probably think that he has won the round, but that is not it, because this is Velocity Gaming who comes out on top. This is fantastic. Team Velocity winning the eco round. I could not have thought that this would be happening.
Velocity clutching that in Ego round 1v1 fight, the pinnacle. This is how it is supposed to be for both the teams, down to one player. It was a 1v1 situation at the end, VLT getting that win, and now we are down to 1v1 situation where pistol round was won by Noble, but now they have lost out on the Ego round. Let's see how it goes in the third round itself. So let's see what happens. Anyways, the match is going to start. The round is going to start with VLT, just compensating with that second game with the second game, and now it's a 1-1 situation. Smokes coming through as well, and shot connected beautifully by Right to Ace, gets a connection on Rexy, confirms him as well, and now this is a 5-4 situation. Velocity high on number, some more shots coming in. VLT on top right now as they get another, and Amaterasu connects another on PSY. PSY goes down as well. Harsh has been confirmed. Amaterasu goes down by the hands of Hika. Now this is a 1v4 situation where Noble Esports is struggling to connect with those shots when they did really well in the first round itself, but after that they haven't been able to continue. Now it's a 4v1 situation where Velocity looks very strong, and Hika connecting those shots on Vivo. Now this is a 1v3. Can he pull it off? He's going to pull another, but unfortunately it won't be enough as Antidote coming out on top against Hika. It's going to be Velocity Gaming taking that lead, and now it's 2-1.
Certainly enough, 2-1 on the scoreboard. This is very good. This is going to be very, very interesting. Once again, Team Noble Esports faltering in some gunfights. There weren't really a lot of abilities which were on display, but we kind of saw that Velocity once again dominating in terms of their gunplay, and that is what we have seen them doing over the past couple of months lately. Their mechanical skills have been really, really on point, and the fact that they won their eco round was definitely a signal that has been coming to Noble Esports. Not just a signal, but I would say a warning that has been coming for Noble Esports that you need to step up your game, and I guess that is what they will do once again. Rexy trying that drone through the teleport, and here you have the Hunter's Fury coming in. Rexy getting one shot connected, but VLT Antidote confirming that right now. This is Sai, who is playing a Brimstone currently. I don't really understand why he's playing a Brim, but at the moment I guess it is going to be really, really important for him to actually assist his team with the smokes. Right now the trap wire has been triggered, I guess, and the player has been revealed. Tito once again trying to hold his back right now. He doesn't really want to rush in. This is Right to Ace who connects two shots, takes down Hika and Hirsch with just a single spray. That is absolutely brilliant, and there you have it. There you have Noble Esports once again at a man's disadvantage. 2v4 situation is on the cards right now.
2v4 coming in, and it will be correct to say that Velocity Gaming is going with all guns blazing right now. They have done really well from the starting itself. From the eco round actually they started to do really well, and now they're back here. Spike has been planted, so it can be going in attacker side where it's a 4v2 situation. It's time for Noble Esports to step up or go down completely. Waiting game is on both the sides, but is it all over for Noble Esports? We'll have to wait for the fourth round to finish.
I kind of feel that both of these players, that is Sai as well as the other player, that is Cypher, both of them will try and save their guns and not really go for the kills right now, and that is something which I guess they are doing. They are probably going to save the guns, because in a FPS game, I guess something which is really important is your economy. You don't really want to screw up your economy and waste a lot of time, because this is something which right? You know it, that you cannot really win from here on, and if you just get yourself killed, I guess that is a gun loss. And here we saw that Sai was killed as well, and both the players were killed, so both the guns were lost, and this is really going to affect their economy, and this is something which you want to prevent. Right now if you see on the Noble camp, not a lot of players have a lot of credits, something which is there for Velocity. They have 7,500 5,000 on credits, so that can give you some really, really good guns. But if you have something like a 2,900, you probably won't even be able to afford a Phantom or a Vandal if you buy a full vest. That is something which is really, really important in an FPS game like Valorant.
You need to have that balance when you want to take that armor, and when you want to have the best guns. It's very important in FPS to have that balance, and yeah, they tried to do that. They tried their best to be on the safer side, but unfortunately got flushed at the end. But again, beautiful headshots coming in from Amiterasu, gets rid of Hirsch on that side, and now again Noble Esports losing out on those numbers in the initial phase only. This has been one of those things that has been backfiring on them, that has been stopping them from doing well. Again, Velocity Gaming game, coming out on top in the first few seconds, and now they will be trying to continue it again. Not much use of utilities, not much use of abilities coming in, but yeah, this is all about the gun game. Finally, some things coming in. Amaterasu gets rid of one more player, as Right to Ace gets another, Antidote gets another at the same time, and now this is a complete 5v1 situation. I guess it's all over for Noble Esports again in the 5th round.
Certainly enough, it looks to be all over because right now only one player is still remaining, and that is Rexy. He will connect a beautiful one tap. It was rather a 2-tap with the Sheriff, but that was being completed by the Sova as well. And there you have it. Team Velocity is cruising at the moment. The scorecard is 4-1, and you definitely don't want to be on the Noble camp right now. We know that they can make the comeback. They can make a comeback from the most extremes of situations. They probably would have to do that here as well, but you don't really want to be at that place. You want to win straight from the start, and that is something which hasn't really been happening. Unlike other games, I guess Valorant has a meta which actually allows you to trade some rounds. Like if the other team wins it, you have a chance where you can actually get back the other round, the next round as well, and that is something which happens. Sometimes we see that one by one teams are trading rounds, but that is not happening here. Velocity has been winning consecutive rounds, and right now Harsh kills one player, but Antidote finishes off 2 players, Sai as well as Harsh. At the moment, Excali is using his flashes and trying to enter into side B. He has complete side control on side B once again. Tito is still holding down side A at the moment. Here you have Hika once again trying his best to enter into side B, but I guess he has been completely shut out. 3 players from Team Velocity are just cruising on side B. I guess he will connect some shots with the Vandal. Not really, because Excali finishes him off. This is Arena versus Arena, and Hika goes down. Tito once again, the last player who is still surviving. Noble just seems to have no chance of winning this because Velocity is just running away with the match. Once again, Tito will try and go for the save, but I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to do that. He knows there's one player, he connects one. I'm not really sure if he's going to connect the second one. Not really, because Right to Ace, he is not letting him go away.
Right to Ace was really beautiful, and if you're talking about this game, and specifically these players have been doing really well. And if you talk about Antidote, this guy is on a skill spree. He has been getting those kills in the initial phases, 1v2. He has been doing that again and again. And if you look at the stats right now, stats speak for themselves. If you look in Velocity Gaming, they have already won 5 rounds, and they have won these 5 rounds consecutively. They haven't lost even one round after losing on that pistol round, which has been the scenario for them from the initial phase of the tournament only. And now Noble Esports, they need to come back right now only, or else it will be too late for them to come back in the later phase of the game. But the current meta has been Velocity Gaming getting that first kill on Noble Esports, putting them on the back foot, and then pressurizing them completely to get rid of whole Noble Esports. So we'll have to look forward to that. Let's see if Velocity Gaming can do that again. Some more shots coming in. Excali trying to play, they're trying to stop himself. Amaterasu also trying to do the same right now. These players are not giving away anything. If you look at VLT, they have started off really well, but still they're not giving away anything. On the other hand, we have Noble Esports, still 5 players standing, so they have managed to pass on that initial phase. When you are seeing them going down really early in the first few seconds only, they have done well to survive till now. Let's see if they can use their numbers well now, as it is a 1v1 fight. Amaterasu again getting a kill on PS5, and this is what I was talking about. But this time Rexy comes up with a fight back, gets rid of Excali, and now it's a comeback coming in from Noble Esports. But is it enough to get them this round?
I'm not really sure. Once again, trades of shock darts, trades of recon darts coming in, but here you have VLT's Antidote once again taking down Hika. I'm not really sure if individual plays are going to secure Noble this particular round or this entire map itself, but right now Velocity seems to be dominating on all fronts. Rexy is still out there, but he only has a Spectre. I'm not really sure if this SMG is going to do any sort of magic, but Right to Ace, I guess he is perfectly positioned. I guess he definitely would want to get that kill on Tito. And right now, Amaterasu, I guess he is doing something which is really brilliant. He is leading from the front. We know how good an IGL Amaterasu is, and he definitely is leading from the front. Rexy once again trying to backstab, and I guess he will get it. He will get Antidote with the Spectre, but there is Vibor. Vibor confirming that beautiful Vandal one-tap on Rexy, and there you have it. All the players running back, saving their weapons, because they would need these weapons to actually inflict some damage in the next rounds as well. Another timeout has been called, and I guess it is coming in from the Noble camp. Probably they need to discuss their strategies and rethink themselves once again.
Yeah, they need to, because it has been 6 straight round wins for VLT, starting off from the eco round. They have been on a rampage, one after another. They have been winning rounds after rounds, and now it's a 1-6 situation. And now we are moving on to the 8th round itself, where VLT Gaming again will be heading on to the Noble Esports. But Noble Esports, they haven't been able to get that initial kill, that starting kill. We have been seeing trade-offs, but trade-offs have gone in Velocity Gaming's favor just because of the initial kills that they have gone. And after that, whenever one of their players dies, they always have the other player pin them. And now again, this is what I was talking about. Xcali 1v1 and then gets another kill on PSY as well, but Rexy gets rid of Antidote. Antidote is out in the initial phase. Will it affect VLT Gaming, or VLT is going to come out on top again, as it's a 4v3 situation? 6-1 rounds. Another shot coming in from Rexy, turns the table. 3-3 again, more shots coming in. Anyways, if you talk about Noble Esports, this has been a round where they have shown good fight, but Weibo coming out with that headshot on one more player. And now there's a 3v2 situation. Numbers not on the favor of Noble Esports. VLT Weibo gets another 1v3 coming on from Weibo to get his squad Velocity Gaming to a 7-1 round win.
7-1 is the scoreline on the top, and I don't really think that Noble will actually be thinking of making a comeback. But that was the same case where we kind of ruled them out of the Orange Rock game, and they kind of made a stunning comeback once again. Beautiful lineup for that spy cam. Once again gets 2 different angles, and I guess this is really good on the part of the Noble. Noble is doing a good job in placing their spy cams, placing their tripwires, revealing everything, and gathering intel. But I kind of feel that this team, that is Team Velocity Gaming, they have been riding on their mechanical skills. Their Sova has been doing a phenomenal job as a ride to ace. Xcali, once again, we know what can happen if the Reyna goes on a rampage, and if you have a Reyna going on a rampage on the opposition team, you don't want to come in front of her, because one by one, if she goes into her Empress mode, then that's all it, I guess. You know that you are dead with that invisibility, with the automatic heal and everything. Right now, once again, flash is coming in from Xcali. Xcali is definitely having a very good day, but here you have Tito once again trying to get those one taps through the smoke. I don't really think he'll be able to do that, because Rexy is up there finishing off 2 players coming in from Velocity Gaming. Once again, a 3v3 situation. But I guess Velocity, they know what they're doing. Sai will try and use his orbital strike, and I guess the orbital strike coming in. This is Sai who gets taken down in turn by Amaterasu. Brimstone versus another Brimstone happening right now. 2v2 situation once again.
2v2 coming in, and again both the teams committing side B. Some shots coming in, but he will go down. So this has been the problem for Noble Esports. They haven't been able to connect that well, and again he had the opportunity, not able to do well. And now it's VLT versus Noble Esports. Noble again losing out on numbers. It was a 2v2 situation, but now it has been turned to 2v1, where it looks like Velocity is going to get another round, and it's going to be an 8-1 going in their favor. Some more shots will be coming in, as Noble will be able to fight back or not. That still remains a question, as Velocity will be trying their best to shut down Noble in this round, as well as they have been able to do in the past 7 rounds consecutively. And I guess the player has been spotted as well. More shots will be coming in from VLT. I guess it's 8-1.
Certainly enough, it looks to be 8-1. The spike has been planted. It is almost time when it is going to explode right now. Yes, he will get that exit frag, but I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to defuse it as well. Right now, it is almost time. Defuse, buddy, defuse, but he won't really, because Vibor will put an end to it. 8-1 is the scoreline for Velocity Gaming, and right now, things are looking very, very tight for Noble Esports. They probably need to get their comeback shoes on, because otherwise, they are going to go down the well. Right now, they are certainly going down the well at this point here on. Hika once again tried to go look away, and that was Vibor confirming that final strike.
Vibor, that guy has been amazing today. 10 kills already, and he's leading the charts right now. Amazing work from Vibor as well. Let's see if he'll be able to continue with this kind of domination in the later phase of the game as we move on to the 10th round. Vibor on fire today. He has been on a kill spree. Will he be able to continue in this game, as well as shots have already been started from both the sides. Both sides trying to go all in here. Some more shots will be coming in from Noble Esports, as they'll try to fight back, as they'll try to come back. Let's see what happens. no shots taken till now, no deaths have been seen till now. Both the teams still boasting full numbers, still boasting 5 numbers, but both the teams are trying their best, and they're trying their best to block the sides as well. On both the sides we are seeing the good usage of utilities, but now all the players going all in. We had right to ace, PSY also going on with that kill on antidote, velocity down on numbers. Noble Esports, it's their time for the will they be able to connect? No, Amaterasu, what a guy, what a player, what a shot as he gets rid of Hirsch, and now it's a 2v2, but right to ace connects another on PSY. 2v1 against Noble. Velocity Gaming again coming out on top. Will it be a 13-1?
I certainly feel that it's not going to be a 13-1, but I certainly feel that a Noble something is really bothering them today. Sai would not have missed that particular shot on any other day, but today itself, I don't really think that, or I won't really say even today, I guess this match, I don't really feel that they are in top form once again. We saw these players missing some kind of shots which you generally don't see them do, and once again, this is Amaterasu Hika missing that beautiful headshot which he generally would have connected on any given day, and I kind of feel that something is off for this team in this match. I don't really know if it's because if it's a bind or something, but something is definitely wrong, because Harsh, he was scoping straight at the smoke. He was expecting the smoke to disappear. This is Sai who missed a very clean headshot. Right to ace was not even looking at him, but Hika once again missing this final shot. He should have hit this one. I mean, on any other given day, Hika would have struck this, but in this particular occasion, he was unable to do that, and I kind of feel that there is certainly something which is going on with Noble Esports.
Yeah, something has been wrong. If you talk about their 1v1s that they have been doing against Velocity, they have been losing most of them, and this hasn't been the case in the initial phases. They have been connecting really well, but today they have been missing on a lot of headshots. If you talk about the previous games that we have had, they would have connected those shots on any given day. But today, as you said, there is something off. They have been missing out on a lot of shots, and Velocity, they have been playing their standard gameplay, their top of the line gameplay, and they have been able to show that if you look at the numbers right now, if you look at the points right now, 9-1, 9 games to Velocity, 1 game to Noble Esports. This shows you the kind of domination that Velocity is showing, and they are going again all in. It's time that Noble is making their strategy. They need to calm down and they need to connect those shots again.
Certainly enough, and I kind of feel that it starts from your leader once again, and Sai definitely needs to step up and show what he's made up of. But on the other side, on the other camp, if you talk about Velocity, they are doing what they generally do. They are playing with all their gunfights, they are gun strength, and they are playing with all their players in top form. Every one of these players, they are doing brilliantly, but once again, V4 missing that particular shot, that was something which was unusual. Harsh gets taken down by right to ace once again. This guy seems to be in a very good killing spree today, right, as well. But here you have Rexy once again, could not convert that particular kill. It was pretty difficult. Xcali converting a beautiful shot, and here you have Hika, I guess, is the last player standing. 1v4 situation. He will probably not go in, but this is already the 10th round right now. You probably will lose this one as well, and that means it's going to be 10-1, and I guess there is nothing really to save. You probably want to get yourself some kills as well. The Elder Flame Vandal once again raging for kills. I guess Xcali will be raging for kills as well, but something which has been working for Velocity Gaming is the fact that all their players have always chipped in with the kills. It has never really been that a single player is just fragging for them and the other players are giving intel. It's never really like that for Velocity. Every single player is fragging at the same level, and I guess it's just their playing style. And Team Noble Esports, I guess something is not right, and something is probably off form for this particular team, but they might definitely come back on their given map.
Yeah, they might come back. And if you look at Velocity Gaming this time, they sent Amaterasu up towards the site A, and there in the site A we had 2 players from Noble. It was a 1v2. Amaterasu getting that 1 kill, and after that falling back, stopping the other player. It was some great strategy coming in, and then they had the chance to just plant the spike, and they won it quite comfortably. It was quite expected from Velocity Gaming. They have won it 10-1 till now, and it's the last round of that we are going to have the switch. and it's time for Noble Esports. I guess even if they are going to lose on this map, let's see if they will be able to come back in the second game, and if they will be able to make a name for themselves.
Certainly enough, because this is a best of 3 matches. None of the teams really need to be really concerned about what's happening in this one. If Noble is going to lose this one, I guess there is a lot of breathing room for error. There is a lot of room for improvement as well. Here you have Right to Ace completing his Hunter's Fury but not taking anyone out. Noble has certainly lost a player in terms of Rexy, if I'm not really wrong. This is Tito once again taking out Antidote. Brilliant sprays coming in from Amaterasu, but you need to chafe, you need to peek that Kabi as well, but you did not do that. You got yourself eliminated right now. Velocity is having only one player. Once again, very few times we have seen Noble having the numbers advantage. Will they be able to take this round back? I'm not really sure. Right to Ace is probably peeking the right angle. Oh my boy. Oh, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with what just happened. You need to peek. You need to check the corners at that last stage once again. And I just don't know what happened in the end. This is once again Amaterasu. Just look at him. I mean, this is Hika who was at 1 HP and 1 spray bullet. He would have been done for good. But you need to peek those angles, man. You cannot just rush in.
Waiting for the right opportunity, and then redeeming that and coming out on top. VLT at 11 points right now, 11 rounds, and this is 11-1 over all the people in the chat as well. If you look at them, they are all astounded by the performance of Velocity Gaming. And right now Noble Esports, they need to rethink, they need to re-strategize, and they need to go all in. They need to know what Velocity Gaming is doing, and they need to counter attack them, and then maybe they can win. Right now we are again seeing some splits. VLT trying to do their best to stay at the B side again, but they have sent out 2 players on the A side as well. Then we are seeing Noble Esports. They also have some players on the B side, on the A side. Let's see who favor that split is going to work. Shots coming in from Excali. Antidote also connects another, and now this is 5v3 in the favor of Velocity Gaming. And again, Velocity is starting off on a very good note.
Certainly enough, they are starting on a very good note, and I guess they would want to finish off this particular map very soon, because 11-1, they don't want to lose this. But once again, I would want to turn our attention to the last round where we saw, I kind of feel that the Jet from the opponent team, that is from Noble Esports, he kind of hit some shots through those boxes, the wooden boxes, and he did not really connect, and he kind of thought that there is going to be no one there. Excali getting a quad kill in this particular round is brilliant as well. Match point for Team Velocity Gaming. Noble Esports seem to be no competition whatsoever. I guess if it is a 12-1, you cannot really say that this is not their map, because if it would not have been their map, I guess it would have been something around 12-10 or 12-8, something like that. But this match, there is no competition at all. And if we get back to the last round, we saw that Right to Ace, his trigger control was absolutely brilliant. He was waiting for 2 players to come in his line of sight, and he will finish them off in a flash, and that is something which he did. And I just want to bring our attention to the fact that yes, the Jet did spray through the wooden boxes. That is how you check those corners. But even if it does not connect, you got to be kidding me. Got to check those corners, because there can be anyone there. There can be 2 players there. You never really know.
There's no excuse to 12-1. They have done really well. If you talk about Velocity Gaming and Noble, losing out on some corners, losing out on some squares as well. If you talk about them, they haven't been playing up to the expectations. Even if it's not their best map, you don't have any excuse for the 1v1s that they have lost. Those
Exactly.
were quite easy 1v1s that, and the fights that they have lost, the shots they have missed. There is no excuse to that. You don't have the map. Even if you remove the map completely from the equation, it was a 1v1 fight. You should have connected those shots. You had that player right in front of you, not checking the corners, not connecting the shots. This is the kind of result that was expected. But Noble, I definitely feel for these boys. They have grinded really hard to reach in the finals, and then losing 12-1. It's kind of saddening. I hope they can get back, and if they can show a good fight in the second round, it will be very good. In the second game, we have a best of 3 for those guys who don't know. These are going to be best of 3 games. Let's see what Noble can bring to the table in the next round, because this round, it's completely gone from their palms.
It's certainly completely gone for their. It's certainly too late to come back once again. Even if I can give the tag of comeback kings to Team Noble Esports, I kind of feel that this is too much. This 12-1, I guess, is very very late for them to actually make a comeback, and I guess they will be thinking for the next rounds. They will be thinking to actually start dominating on Heaven because that is their chosen map, and I kind of feel that they would do it as well. We'll have to wait and watch out what is the map of Veto. So yes, before that, this match will have to be completed, and 12-1. Yes, a lot of people will be thinking that this match is over, but in esports, in any sports rather, you cannot really call it over. You cannot really call it quits before the ringing bell. The last round is still remaining. I guess we have one or two disconnections here as well, so we will be fixing that and coming back pretty soon as well. But talking about this match, I guess that yes, you are absolutely right that there is no really excuses for the 1v1s that you've been losing. And Team Noble Esports, I guess they probably did not have so much idea about the corners that they were peeking. I guess about the corners, about where to peek, why to peek, the lineups of their shots. A lot of things were not in favor for this particular team, and it's not like they don't really know it. I kind of feel that this match, or at this point kind of point, I guess they're not really in their top form, but they have to come back really strong.
Yeah, they have to come back really strongly. And if you talk about all the players of VLT, we talk about Antidote, you talk about then we have Amiterasu as well. All these players, they have been doing really well. Vibor also stepping up with those skills. All the players have shown some good fights. They have managed to win most of their duels, and this shows up in the stats itself, in the score itself. And now Noble, sometimes failures are also important to actually awaken you. And I think it's time for Noble Esports to awaken their demons in the second game, because the first game it's all gone. Now they need to rethink, and they need to re-strategize. They need to reappear again. Not the Noble Esports that we saw in round one. We need to see a new Noble Esports coming up with new confidence and take that game as game one. You have to leave this game out, because this is kind of a very embarrassing loss. 12-1 in the finals, one-sided finals. It's very rare to see these kinds of finals, so they have to just forget about it, what happened in round one, and they need to come out as a new team in round two. And I guess that's the only way that they can show some good fight.
Certainly enough, they have to make a comeback in the second game. And team on the camp of Team Velocity, I guess they might be thinking that okay, so we already have won this game. I guess in the next game they will be bringing us Heaven or Split, or maybe not Ascent, because Ascent is not really Noble's map. I guess Velocity might be thinking that alright, we can finish this pretty soon. But here you go, once again we are back live, and the match is continuing. Match point for Velocity Game. If you haven't really been here on the live streams till now, then let me tell you the scorecard. All right, it's Velocity 12 and Noble Esports 1. It's really outrageous. Once again, Sai going in with the Desert Eagle, the Sheriff that we call it in Valorant, and I'm not really sure if it's going to be of any use. The match point, your economy is screwed up. You have to win rounds or two to actually gain back some confidence for the later stages of the game, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Noble.
Yeah, it can be a compensation for Noble winning this round, but it's going to be very hard. We are talking out of the charts here. Let's see what Noble Esports can bring here with VLT leading 12-1. Again, some more shots will be coming in. Let's see who gets the first frag. It's going to be Hika and Hirsch actually finishing off two of the players from Velocity Gaming. Now it's it was a 3v5 situation, but now it has been turned into 3v3 as Noble Hirsch gets another on Amiterasu, converts it to a 3v2 situation. Some more frags coming in from both these sides. Noble Esports looking for a fight back here. Spike has been planted. The attackers are all in right now. Velocity Gaming, they need to go all in. They need to chip in if they want to win this round as well, and if they want to close in on this set.
This is definitely going to be a pretty important round, because Noble, they would actually want to win some rounds before they move on to the final second game. But here you have Noble Hirsch, who actually finishes off Antidote right now. Only Xcali is the one who is still remaining. 1v3 and the defuse, it's going to be too much to ask for. I'm not really sure if it's going to do it right now, but there is a lot of job in hand right now. He will try and get some kills here. He will spot the player and try to take the peek, but I guess he will get the trade fires coming in from different directions. Brilliantly poised in different directions, and Harsh confirms the kill, and he will get a quad kill for himself. Noble finally pulling back another round, and I guess this will boost some confidence. You never really count this particular team out. We saw them do it in the Orange Rock match. Anything can happen because Noble Esports, they might just make a comeback out of everything that's happened.
Yeah, and that reconnection thing, I guess it did give them a little time to rethink their strategies, and now I guess that's the new Noble. Let's see if they can come up with that again, an amazing gameplay in the next round as well, and if they can get a third win, and if they can throw some hiccups onto the Velocity Gaming crew. But Harsh again starting off well, connects some shots on Vivo, gets that headshot connected, gets that one kill, but shots coming through from VLT as well, as VLT and Noble again fighting off against each other. Sights are blocked, but it won't stop Harsh from getting another Noble. Rexy and Harsh getting some more kills as it is down to 4v1. Is it the comeback from Noble which was needed? Velocity Gaming, they have been doing really well in the past 12 rounds, but now it's Noble Esports who are stepping up, and I guess it's another round going in the favor of Noble.
It's going to be another round going in the favor of Noble because the spike once again has been planted, and it's a classic for right to ace once again. I'm not really sure if he's going to do anything about it. And there you go, Rexy will finish him off. 3-12 on the cards, and I'm not really sure if the stars are lining up for Team Noble Esports right now. I'm not really sure what's going to happen because you cannot really count this team out, but Team Velocity Gaming just needs one round to go and win up this particular map. I'm not really sure. I guess one small error for Team Noble Esports, they are out. I guess it's still, I would say it's too late to actually make a comeback, but if they do so, this is gonna make highlights.
Only one game needed for Velocity Gaming to shut down this round, and yeah, this is the match point, and every point will count from here on by Noble Esports. Noble Esports, they would like to start on the same note again. They would like to get that initial kill to put some pressure on Velocity Gaming and get that 4th point for themselves. Let's see if that comeback will be real from Noble Esports, or we are just going for a fairy tale here. Anyways, Noble Esports, Velocity Gaming, still no shots taken, sides being blocked from both the sides. This has been the standard strategy coming in from both the sides. All the teams, both the teams committing to side B right now. Shots coming in from Materasu, connects beautifully, connects another, and now it looks like it's all over for Noble Esports, and it's going to be 13-3 maybe.
It might be 13-3, and right now Rexy is the last one who is still surviving. Right now he has the spike. He uses the portal to actually teleport himself to site A right now, and he will plant the spike here. But already you have another player that is right to ace. Right to ace is already positioned himself. VLT Vivo, I guess he does not want to wait in sort of time because he is in some hurry. Finishes off Rexy and takes away the first map. This is by that goes in favor of Team Velocity Gaming. 13-3 is a scoreline. A massive victory in the first round of Valorant Esports Sky Championship 2.0's finals. This is huge.
This is huge. 13-3 for Velocity Gaming. Materasu coming up with those beautiful kills. Rexy again doing some good work, but unfortunately not able to meet the ends. And it was Velocity Gaming coming out on top. 13-3 the score in the first round. Quite unexpected, but it is what it is. Let's see what Noble can bring to the table in the next game, and if they will be seeing a neck-to-neck fight, because this was all one-sided. Velocity losing that first pistol round, and after that winning 12 straight rounds, then losing out on 2 rounds, but then there was no chance of comeback for Noble. Only one round left for Velocity to win that complete set, and Velocity 13-3, amazing win from them.
Definitely amazing once again. But those 12 consecutive rounds, I guess those speaks volumes of what this team is capable of. I guess the way Team Velocity has carried forward their game, the way they have evolved even in spite of the opponents that they face, I guess it's beautiful. And Noble Esports, I guess they will have to come out of their frame of mind right now. They know that yes, we have screwed up in the first game, let's just cut it off, let's just cut it out and come back. We still have opportunity because this is a best of 3 and not a best of 1. So yes, they still have 2 games to actually make amends for it. Right now I'm not really sure if they're going to do it. I'm not really sure if Velocity is just going to run bulldozers over them as well in the second game. It's just that time is going to tell us. But right now the scorecard, it's 1-0.
The scorecard is 1-0. But if you look at a very good point made by Fearless Official and Vinay Naik, Vinay Naik coming up with that stat for Rexy coming out as the MVP, playing really well. But now Fearless Official says that Tito and Hika need to step up. I guess one of your players is the MVP in the game, but still your team losing so badly. I guess the other players need to step up as well. So very good point, being made by the chat as well. They are also following this game very closely, and they are also giving some very good inputs. And this was kind of expected. But no, Noble, they need to step up. All the players actually need to step up. Rexy has been doing really well to get those kills to deal that damage, but his counterparts, his teammates, they haven't been able to match that, and this has been one of the reasons for their demise.
Certainly enough, and once again, it is my earnest request to the chat and everyone who is watching. If you the game and the matches, they are for the players, and they are going to decide what it is going to be like. But if you do like the stream, if you do like the casting, if you do like the production, then do make sure you show some support to the channel. Then the organization can feel, all right, the English casting is doing well, the English stream is doing well, we will continue it. And it's not just the stream, it's the esports, it's a game that Valorant is doing fantastic in terms as a esports. So show some support, give them the numbers, like this stream, subscribe to the channel. That is really means a lot to every one of us who is working at Skyesports right now. So if you do like it, do make sure that you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and once again give them a follow on their Instagram handle.
You can follow us on our Instagram handle for more information about the tournaments, for more information about phase 2, and for more games also. If you want to play in something like this, if you want to play on our channel, if you want to win that prize pool, you can also play. You can participate in the tournaments that we are going to have. We do many games. We do Valorant, then we have Brawl Stars as well, then we have too many games. You can play any, and you can register in them. Anyways, Winner Nike, next match time, bro, will be starting in just a few minutes. I'm just having a chat with the management, and I'll be providing you the time. Noble needs to up their game. Really, very good point made there. Yes, they need to step up their game, and I guess Rexy has been playing really well. If other two players can chip in as well, and if they can play as a good team, that will be very good for them. As Akash said just a while ago, that individual players, they cannot win you the game. So you need to play as a team, and if someone can support Rexy really well, it will be very good, and then we can see a comeback from Noble. Koi caster ko pani pilao. Yeah, bro, links. I'll drink water. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for coming in. Then we have Vikas Bhatti. It's a bot. Yeah, it's a bot. Actually, guys, the one who's deleting your messages, it's Nightbot. Nightbot just deletes all the messages which are in caps. So just don't use caps lock. It will be well and good, and then your messages won't be deleted.
Certainly enough, and once again the next match is going to come in after a few minutes. There is going to be a very short break, so if you do want to get yourself some snacks, if you do want to get yourself something to munch on, you can get yourself as well. You can make some coffee for yourself as well. We will go back and drink some Monster Energy as well, because you know what, this is what keeps us the casters ready for the next game as well. But right now the news from the center is that it is 1-0 for Velocity Gaming. They won their match in bind 13-3. Once again, guys, we will be back after a very short break. The highlights are on your screen right now. Do enjoy them and don't go anywhere.
30 seconds left. One player. One player remaining. One player remaining.
Hold on to your hats.
One player remaining.
So once again guys, we are back and I hope that you guys are fresh as well. Once again, we are definitely coming fresh from a very big shock because we just saw a very one-sided game in the Valorant finals of Skyesports Championship 2.0. I cannot believe this, but once again, this is me Akash. Alongside me I have Dinker as the co-caster for today. Dinker, what did you feel like during that entire match that we saw, the first game of it? What did you feel like? How were you feeling? Like, do you think that Noble can make a comeback in the next one? Do you feel like they have the caliber to do it?
I was talking about the feelings. I was kind of tilted towards Velocity that yeah, they are going to do well. Noble also, they are going to put up a good fight. But when the match was going on, when Velocity was winning completely, I was a little sympathetic towards Noble because these guys have grinded well. Their friends are watching, their supporters are watching, and they're not able to do well even after working hard. It's heartbreaking sometimes. But yeah, Velocity, they showed an amazing gameplay. They won everything right now. They won the round, they won the hearts, they won everything. And now we'll have to see. We'll have to wait. No, Noble, we know that they have made it to the finals, so they must have something in them. Don't forget this. They have made it to the finals by playing the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and they are not to be underestimated. They can come back at any moment of time. Logan bro, no, don't talk like that. They can come back. They have the potential. That's why they're in the finals. Because they have defeated the other squads. Yes, they are missing out on a few opportunities today. They are missing out on a few shots. The connection has not been that good. But I guess they must be grinding right now in the training, trying to connect those headshots, trying to come back, grinding hard. And I guess that will be shown in the next game. I'm expecting a neck-to-neck fight, as Ellie came up with the point that if Noble can come with a comeback in the second game, then it will be interesting, or it's an easy win for VLT, something like that. Ellie came up with that point. I'm missing out on that. If I'm missing out on some words, I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, it was a very good point, and I guess to make things interesting, for the love of Noble, for the grind that they have done, they need to come back. They need to show what they are made of. They need to show their potential, and they need to put up a good fight.
They certainly need to put up a good fight, and the map Veto has been chosen as Ascent. Like, out of all maps that they've played, Ascent is certainly what Noble has chosen. I'm not really sure why did they do it. I'm probably thinking that Ascent might be their battleground, or might be confident because they just destroyed Orange Rock in their own home ground, and that was Ascent. So probably their confidence might be very high on Ascent. I'm not really sure why did they do it. Their chosen place of field is definitely was Heaven, but that was not really chosen. Ascent is going to be our next map, and I'm certainly excited about it, because Ascent, once again, if you talk about the map geometry, if you talk about how the map looks like, you have a very humongous mid area. A lot of oppers will be loving to just snipe through entirety of the lawn that you get out there, with the entirety of mid that you get. There are so many angles from A shot coming in from mid, and as well as other regions. I guess there are a lot of regions where you can use the operator. So in Ascent, I'm certain that we might see this mythic sniper rifle come into action once again, but I'm not really sure how Velocity is going to play on Ascent, because I've never really seen Velocity play on Ascent, especially in this particular tournament, or even in the Valorant Sky Showdown. So it's going to be something new for me, and right now the way Noble put up a fight against Team Orange Rock on Ascent, I feel that is the only reason why they have chosen this map. So I guess another comeback might be on. They might be making headlines, but anything can happen. VLT might just run road rollers like they did in the first game.
Yeah, it was quite unexpected, VLT going all in, and that was again a clean sweep from them. So let's see if they'll be able to do this in the second game as well. All the best, Noble. You guys also OP. You came to finals. Yes, Anuj, very well point made. No, bro, we are not actually shy. It's just that we have some things, some terms that we need to agree on, and that's why we don't have the cam that you are talking about. It's not that we are shy. We have done cams on other streams. We have done that. So it's just some other things. So we will clear that. We will be coming up with the webcam in the future streams. Don't worry about that. Just don't worry about that. We'll be doing that.
I guess you know what. It is a request to the chat, guys. Go all in the live chat. Alright, mention that you need some live cam action happening in the English stream as well. Alright, English stream needs live cam action. Do it so the organization feels the same as well. And with that being taken out of the way, we will be heading straight on to the beautiful aerial shot coming in from Ascent. Wonderful production, I must say, Dinka.
Yeah, wonderful production coming in. What am I saying? I need some time.
Alright, I'll take it over from here, because Noble Esports are on the attacking side. Velocity is on the defense. Right now, Noble might be thinking that, okay, so this is our game, and Tito just accepts that challenge, takes down VLT's antidote. Excali, once again, will probably not love to peek. He has taken Omen, and that is something which he generally does. But Sai, with the jet, once again, headshot that has been connected on Excali. Beautiful takeover on site A. This is Velocity with still 3 men alive. I'm not really sure if they are going to be making their retake of A side, but Noble Esports, they have complete control about it.
But no, what a sneaky attack coming in from the boys right now. Noble Esports leading the charge with 4 players. Complete control over the A side. If you look at it right now, both the teams have committed to A, and some more shots coming in as Hika takes down Wave 4. But right to A, so will change the tables. He gets 2 at the same time, and now it's a 2v2. Noble versus Velocity, and this is very important. Both the teams on 2 players. The first round is very important because Noble they need that first win to actually use that as a base. Let's see if they will do that. As this is a 2v2, Noble need to step up. Some shots coming in. Unfortunately, not able to connect that well. Again, we'll be going for another round, and will this be the time? No, actually, T20 connects on Amaterasu, and now it's going to be attackers who are going to win. Noble starting off on a very good note, and I guess this is something that was very much needed. The start and then continuing that momentum. They need to get this momentum, and then they need to take it to the next few rounds, so that they can come up on top. This is the Noble Esports that we know. This is the Noble Esports that we have seen in the past. Will they be able to continue? That still remains a question, because in the last set as well, Noble won the first round, but after that it was all YOLO from Velocity Gaming, clearing all the rounds, manhandling Noble. Let's see if that happens again.
Certainly enough, the first round came to a close in a beautiful manner. Velocity getting taken down on all fronts. But here you have once again Noble Hika. He is playing Raze, and that is something which I would love to see. Hika has his Raze main, and there you go. When you have Hika on the Raze, you know that this guy can actually top frag on his own rights. But here you have once again right to Ace connecting some ghost shots. Amaterasu once again being taken down. Noble Sai is just manhandling at the moment against the VAT. Second round coming in for Team Noble Esports. I guess we are going to be feeling some heat.
And yeah, we are going to feel some heat. And I guess even the supporters of VLT were like that Noble should win this round, so that the match gets interesting. And they are getting it. Noble starting off on a very good note, and they have been winning these rounds with a lot of confidence. Now they have won 2 rounds, and it's going to be the 3rd round coming in against Velocity Gaming, and they are playing the attackers really well. If you talk about Noble Esports, they have got control of the sites, and they have been trying to eliminate the players of Velocity, and they have managed to do that as well. And they have managed to do that in time. You need to have your timing set up well, and they have been doing that. And now again Noble starting off on a good note. Let's see if they will be able to continue that. 2 rounds to them. What will happen to the 3rd round? We'll be seeing that in a matter of few seconds.
Certainly enough, and it's always it's a very popular saying in Valorant that the actual game starts from the 3rd round, especially when your opponent is a Velocity Gaming. And here you go, Skally gets 2 players. This is Antidote who gets to another player as well. So Hika is already down. Another player is once again off the board. So this is what Team Velocity does, I guess. This is their buy round. They get those big guns, and that is when they come all guns blazing. But once again, they have to get this round back. And Noble, I guess they are pulling some shots as well. Rexy takes down Amaterasu, and right now they are without their breach. And talking about breach, I guess talking about the agent selection is really important. We saw on Bind a lot of the smokes are required. You go with the Brimstone because you get 3 default smokes coming in from Brimstone. But here you have the Blue Demon, you have the Omen, and Omen once again falls on behalf of Velocity Gaming. Excali has been taken down by Sai, but he did take 1 man down before it. And here you go, Sai with a triple kill. This guy is calling on the shots right now. Once again, an Omen smoke. This is Ascent, and Omen is a very, very important agent in this map. And as we speak about it, this is going to be all about Omen from Noble Esports, because Harsh is going all up against Velocity Gaming's Jet right now. The spike has been planted. Noble Esports might be thinking that they can win this round, but you cannot make any single errors. Antidote did make a lot of sound, did give away a lot of sound cues for Harsh to actually think about it. And here you go. I guess Antidote, it was not really something great from him, because he gave a lot of sound cues. Harsh was just positioning himself on that particular note and just finished him off. So Noble, 3rd consecutive round.
3rd consecutive round. And you know what has changed right now? Noble getting the kills, and they're getting the trades right now. If you talk about the last set that we had, in that set Velocity was doing the exact same thing. They were getting those kills, and after that they were able to get another kill. But right now, as soon as Velocity takes one, Noble also comes up with a trade, and this was a 1v1 at the end. The best it can get, and Noble winning that fight. And now it's a 3-0. So this is the kind of comeback that was needed, and this is what I was expecting from Noble. They are a finalist team as well, and now they have won 3-0. Will it be a clean sweep from Noble? Then the 3rd round is going to be very good, but Velocity Gaming, they are very hard nut to crack. So I guess it's going to be very hard to do a clean sweep for them. And I guess this is going to be the round in which they would want to come back. And yeah, if you talk about Rexy, he gets another. Rexy has been on a rampage. He has been doing that from the first set itself, when his team was not doing well. Then also he was doing well, and now even if his team is doing well, he's also on a rampage. And 4 versus versus 1 situation. Noble Esports, these guys are a new Noble, and this is what I was talking about when we had the interval break. They need to completely forget about the first set. They need to start anew, and they are doing it. It's a 4v1 situation, and I guess Noble is going to clutch it out on the next round as well, as the spike has been planted. More shots coming through, but Hika will get that confirmation, and it's going to be Noble Esports 4-0.
Very unlikely to have from right to ace to have lost that particular bad duel where we saw he was unable to connect those shots with the race. But once again, the only difference in terms of agents is that we have a breach on the camp of Velocity, we have a raise on the camp of Noble Esports. So what breach brings onto the table is a lot of flashes. You have tons of flashes with breach, so you can get those angles, you can completely blind your opponent and just rush in. Something which is not there in race, but what you do get in race is the real power pack performance, but that is not going to be of any use because Antidote will take him out. Hika has been brought down as well. This is Xcali who goes on a rampage. 2 players are already down. Velocity is starting to feel the heat right now, but I guess at this point here on, the ultimate from Xcali has been triggered. The spike has actually been secured as well. Right now only 2 players from Noble are still alive. Once again, that is what I was talking about. The breach, using his concussions, using his flash, he does give you an advantage against your opponents, but when you have the raise, it will probably give you a lot of frags because you have a duelist with paint shells, with grenades and stuff. I guess that is great, but here you have Xcali with the 3rd kill. I guess this guy might just be finishing things off. Quad kill coming in from Xcali, and there is nothing more that you can say about it.
Yeah, clean sweep coming in from Xcali to win that round for VLT. And if you talk about Velocity, you know, this is the comeback that was needed from them as well, because Noble Esports, they were going all in, they were going all cylinders blazing, and right now a stop has been put on them. But will they be able to, you know, run over this stopper, and will they be able to come back again in the 5th round? Because it's important to continue the momentum. Yeah, a break has been applied on their momentum, a stop has been applied. Will they be able to, you know, rush through this break? That's going to be very important, because if they allow Velocity Gaming to come back, and if they allow them to you know, decrease that lead, then it will be very hard for them to come back in the later phases of the game when it will be around 10-9, 10-8. So, you know, Noble Esports, they need to have this 3 points lead going into the game point. If they can actually stretch this lead towards the game point, then they might win it, because we have seen Velocity Gaming doing very well in the pressure situation. Shots coming through, 1v2 from Amaterasu, and what a player, what a game coming in from him. Noble Esports is going down bit by bit. They are down to 2 players, and now it's a 4v2 situation against Noble Esports and in favor of Velocity Gaming.
Certainly enough, Amaterasu was absolutely on point with that 1v2. I mean, he did not give up. I mean, that spray transfer with the Phantom definitely is a very good weapon if you want to control it in close range. But that spray transfer, that was something different. But here you have once again Breach using what he got, that concussion coming into play. Everything shakes up and you are completely stunned. That is when gives you an opening for your teammates to actually go and rush in. Here you have Jet once again using his smokes currently. Sai will have to pull something off. Once again, the dash was kind of a failure. He needs to plant the spike. I'm not really sure if he has it. But right now, there is an ultimate coming in from Amaterasu. This is going to be the Rolling Thunder. Noble Sai gets taken down. Right to ace is probably out there. And Rexy is the last one who is still standing. Breach came up with the beautiful flash. Another flash might just be coming in, but that is not really required because Antidote comes in from behind. An absolute bulldozer of abilities coming in from Team Velocity Gaming as they take down Noble in such great fashion. 4-2 is on the cards.
You know, they made very good use of abilities, and you know, this has been their strong point. Again, Velocity Gaming just clutching this, and they are trying to stop Noble Esports comeback, and you know, the comeback has been shut down for a while now. 2 straight rounds for Velocity Gaming. First 4 rounds went to Noble Esports. Let's see what happens, guys. This is going to be a best of 3. Arush, Tanwar, thank you so much guys for joining, and to all the people that are watching, I hope you're enjoying. And these are best of 3. The first was won by Velocity Gaming, and now we have a two scorecard right in front of us, with Noble leading the score right now. Let's see what happens in the 7th round, where Noble Esports will try to continue with their momentum. They will try to connect a few shots. They will try to get that first kill, and actually Xcali comes up again. And Xcali, this guy has been a top-notch player. If you talk about this set, he has been doing really well from his squad, and he has been getting a lot of kills, initial kills as well, which has been giving his squad a very good base, a platform on which they can stand on, a platform on which they can get those kills. Attackers trying their best to rush onto the side, but unfortunately they have not been able to breach, just because the defense of Velocity Gaming, it's too good, and they're not going to take any risk. But the timer is running. They only have 48 seconds left.
Certainly enough, you cannot really wait, but 40 seconds I guess is not a bad time to actually wait. But here you have, this is the rush that's come in. Antidote takes on Noble side and finishes him off. Antidote takes 3 players down with 1 spray, and probably it is going to be VLT's Vibor who confirms a flawless coming in from Velocity Gaming. Velocity is back with all its velocity, and right now it's 4-3. That is going to be really important. The showstopper came in from Hika, I believe, but 3 important kills coming in from Antidote. It's amazing.
That was just out of the box. If you look at that replay again, 3 kills at the same time, the level of headshots, the positioning of crosshair, it was all picture perfect, and that's why he was able to get those 3 kills and change the game for his squad. And now if you look at it, 4-3, Noble Esports getting those first 4 rounds, and now Velocity Gaming completely shutting them down. And this is the Antidote that we have been seeing from the starting itself, and now Antidote finally showing himself getting those 3 kills at the same time. Now again, Noble Esports versus Velocity, 5v fight starting again. Noble Esports trying to take that win again, just because they got those first 4 rounds, but after that they have not been able to continue with that. They have been losing on that opportunity to build up. They have been losing out on a few of their players in the initial phases, and the game has changed. But finally Noble, Hika comes out on top against right to his. He has shut him down, but still 4 players from Velocity. Can they get the job done? Noble Esports trying their best, some shots being thrown. Let's see what happens, as Noble Esports will try to get those shots connected, but Antidote will come up as he shuts down Hika. Trade fire coming in, crossfire coming in, and that just puts Noble Esports at a disadvantage, just because they are down to 2 players now. And I guess it's going to be 4-4 again. The numbers are going to be balanced on both the sides.
Standing.
Once again, this is Amaterasu who comes up with the concussion and finishes off Hika, if I'm not very
30
wrong.
seconds left.
I guess it was someone else. I guess it was Harsh from Noble Esports. But once again, 3v1 situation. Nothing is really working out for Noble Esports right now. They have suddenly shut off, and this is Xcali who gives up the finishing move once again. Velocity Gaming come back 4 straight rounds, and it's like as if it's easy for this particular team to actually make a comeback. So right now, if you see the timeline, 4 rounds on a trot for Noble Esports, 4 rounds on a trot for Velocity Gaming. Things are looking pretty interesting. But this game, there is certainly a fight in it. Ascent definitely is putting up a lot of competition. Once again, Harsh definitely put up a smoke, but the smoke was a bit too late because the breach was definitely on point. And here you can see that the final kill came up on behalf of Xcali once again. Right now, I feel Velocity is really kicking in. The fact that they are defending and not really rushing into some really difficult places, it's really tough to actually imagine that Tito will be missing that shot coming in from VLT's Xcali. But I mean, that's something which does not really happen. But here you have once again Harsh getting taken down. Antidote, 2 players taking down all at once, and the 3rd kill coming in from this particular team as well. 5th round coming in from Velocity, and this is just a landslide for Team Noble Esports. Nothing is really working out after that initial buff that they saw in their gameplay.
Yeah, that's how you define flawless, I guess. VLT clutching it out in straight sets, and now they have 5 rounds in their favor. Now Noble Esports, they started off well. They gave us a day of hope that yeah, they are going to come back. But now VLT showing what they are made of, showing the potential, and now they have got 5 straight rounds. Is it going to go the same way that the first match started? The first match, 1 round going to Noble Esports, and then 12 straight round for Velocity Gaming. Noble, I guess, in the first 4 rounds, they actually followed the same strategy. strategy. They continued with that, but now I guess they are again losing out on that opportunity. They are not able to get those counter kills, because if you look at Velocity Gaming in the first 4 rounds, whenever they were getting that kill, the counter kill was coming in from Noble Esports at the same time. But right now Noble is losing out on their numbers, but Velocity Gaming is able to put up a good synergic rush. They are able to use their numbers really well, and they have been able to defend their positions really well, and this has been putting Noble Esports at back foot. And this is the same thing that is happening again. Noble Esports, they will try to get those kills, but the trade kills are not coming in from Noble, and they lose out on their numbers. Let's see if they will be able to get those positioning right now, but if they will be able to get those perfect position, and if they will be able to get some kills here. The case looks like that they have started off on a good note, as Sai gets a confirmation on Amaterasu, but no, Sai will be taken down by Vibhor. Harsh takes down Excali, but Vibhor will be getting Rexy as well, and now Noble Esports down to 1. It's a 1v2 situation. Will he be able to pull it off? Harsh, it all comes down to Harsh, and let's see if he'll be able to do it for his squad. And the Sky
30 seconds left.
They're again going down. Velocity Gaming coming out on top, 5 points to them and 4 to Noble.
Certainly enough, this is from the shadows coming in from Noble Hirsch. He uses his ultimate to teleport to the other side completely, and here you have a smoke wall coming in towards the door region. It's going to be really, really difficult, but this is Antidote once again going all in. He wants to complete this particular round, but Harsh, you got to be kidding me. What did you do just then? You cannot take down 2 players at once. This is a quad kill coming in from... Wait a second, what?
No, Harsh changed the game completely for his squad. It was looking like that VLT is going all in. They are going to easily win that round, and we were kind of underestimating Harsh. He came out on top, 1v2 situation, does it for his squad, and 5-5. Noble Esports coming back strongly, and this is the point I was mentioning in the starting only. They need to get those counter kills at the same time so that they can come out on top. And Harsh, what a player! Amazing shots connected, and he changed the tables completely at the end.
That was absolute murder. That was criminal out there. But something which I think is the fact that Velocity, the way they're defending, they must have read Noble Esports play really well right now. But here you go, they have a man's disadvantage. They have a 2-man disadvantage right now. Velocity probably will go down in this particular round as well. Now that Excali is gone as well, Amaterasu and Right to Ace are the only ones who are still there. I guess Amaterasu did connect one, but this is Sai who connects another, and Right to Ace is the final player who is still on the defending side, who is still on his feet right now. I don't really think that he is going to do anything good, but he takes down one player, but gets taken down in return. This is going to be Noble Esports who takes 2 rounds back once again. And you know what, something I feel that has worked for Velocity is the fact that they did not really read how Team Noble Esports were attacking initially. That is the reason why they lost 4 rounds, but after that they changed their strategies really well. But right now I agree to your point that Noble Esports is really taking up those trade kills seriously, and after that they are bringing the opposition down to a man's disadvantage. That is giving them all the lead that they need.
This has been the main secret of the rounds that they have won, and if they get that initial kill, if they can get those trade kills at the right time, then they can win the round. This has been happening from a long time. Antidote gets the starting kill. It puts a lot of pressure on Noble Esports as Rexy goes down, and now it's up to VLT to finish it off on a good note. But amazing shots coming in from Harsh again. Harsh, this guy, he's a completely different guy in the second set. He's getting a lot of kills for his squad again and again, connecting those shots, and now it's a 4v4 situation. Will Harsh do it again for his squad? He has the capability, he has the potential, but will he be able to recreate what he has done? Will he be able to recreate the glory? As shots being exchanged from both the sides, a 3v4 situation. Noble Esports on 3 players, Velocity Gaming on 4 players right now. Smokes being thrown, sights being blocked, but will it allow them to win this round? It's a very important round. You look at it, 5-6 scores. Velocity wins it. It's a 6-6 situation. Noble wins it. They have a 2-point lead. They need the lead desperately because they have already lost out on the first set itself. So if they want to keep themselves in the game, they actually need to have around 2 to 3 points lead in every set they are playing. But now Excali gets a confirmation on Harsh as well. Harsh has been shut down. Right to Ace gets a confirmation on PSY as well. But PSY, he got a kill before going down. It's a 1v3 situation, and it's going to be Noble Esports going down. Velocity Gaming coming out with 6 points, and it's 6-6 for Noble and Velocity.
Certainly, I mean, that was a really a very good round, to be honest. I mean, the way Velocity just arranged themselves. This is Excali once again, and he knew that he would get that kill, but that was not really the case there. I mean, he should have connected that shot, but nonetheless, I guess every player from this particular team is connecting those shots. I guess the fact that they are not really dependent on single player displays to actually win rounds, this is something which makes Velocity a team to actually win every time. And Noble Esports, once again, the way they are lining up, they are very much dependent on those individual gameplays. We saw Harsh bringing a 4v1 clutch to actually win a round for Noble. I guess that has been the case going on with Noble as well. Every time it's either Hika or Sai or Harsh, someone needs to step up for this particular team. But for Velocity, I guess it is all about a unison. It is there embedded in the gameplay that everyone is chipping in with the kills as well. So right now it is 6 all on the scoreline, and in terms of the overall standings, in terms of the overall points, it is 1-0 in terms of the match. Right now it's going to be all in. I guess Noble Esports will be on defense and Velocity will be on attack. I guess we are going to see some blockbuster happening, some bloodbath happening here as well, because Antidote is going on in style. He takes 2 players down at once. Amaterasu does the same as well. You might be good, Antidote, but Amaterasu, I'm the IGL. You cannot really count me down, and that is what's happening. Noble has only one man who is left, and it's going to be Sai. I'm not really sure what it's going to do, but it certainly looks to be 7-6 for Velocity.
I know Velocity high on numbers right now as Noble Esports is down to Sai. Let's see what he brings to the table. It's going to be very hard for him to actually buy some time here, but Velocity Gaming, I guess it's going to be 7-6 as you just stated just a while ago. They started off well and they clutched it. Antidote and Antidote starting off on a good note, getting those kills, and now Antidote finishing it off as well as he takes down Sai to clutch it for his squad. And now Velocity Gaming leading with only 1 point. So yeah, this is the kind of neck-to-neck competition that we expected from the finals of this tournament. And yes, Noble Esports, they are showing a very good fight, and I was talking about how they are a good team, but they were just missing out on a few points in the first set. But now they are checking those points. They are playing it out beautifully. Yes, they have a 1 point deficit here, but they definitely have the potential to come back. They definitely have the potential to show up again if they can recreate what they did in the first 4 rounds. Because if you look at the first 4 rounds that they played in this set, they played it out beautifully. They got all those 4 points in their favor, and now they need to recreate it. If they can get a 2-3 points lead here, which looks hard just because they've already lost out on 4 of those players, and it's going to be Velocity again showing the kind of dominance that they showed in the first set, completely annihilating the players of Noble Esports, and now it's 8-6 in the favor of Velocity.
The word, it correctly represents what just happens here. This is Amaterasu completely annihilates the opposition on his own merit, and this is something which I was talking about. Team Velocity Gaming, I guess they are a much stronger unit when they attack, and especially on a map like Ascent, they are definitely stronger. And Noble Esports, right now, they are separated completely. Something which we saw in the attacking round for Team Noble Esports, you expect all 5 players to stick together, and that is something which was happening, and that means that you have a numbers advantage in any side that you rush in. But here you have Velocity. When you have all 5 players from this particular team stepping up and kicking in with their guns, I guess it is really difficult for certain players from Team Noble Esports to actually keep a check on that. It is really difficult to actually shut down Velocity Gaming when they are rushing in. Noble Harsh gets that beautiful kill on right to ace. Antidote finishes off Harsh as well, and right now Excali just probably making some fun, but there you go, he takes down Sai as well. Amaterasu taking the trade kill. This is going to be 3v2 for Noble Esports. Once again the Bulldog comes into play. Will he get the kill? Not really, because Rexy, he has taken down Amaterasu. Right now things are looking very difficult because this is Excali who is at 30 HP. I'm not really sure if he's going to pull off a blinder, but you have Hika as well. Hika gets taken down by Antidote, and at this moment it is all about Team Velocity Gaming. Excali is still defending, and you have another player from Team Noble Esports who is just trying to go in. 20 HP versus 30 HP on site right now. Antidote is nowhere to be seen. I'm not really sure if Rexy has spotted the spike of the player, but he just might get taken down. He will, and Antidote will get his triple kill. This is sheer domination coming in from Velocity Gaming, and this is something that you would expect.
Both the players held their position really well, and he had to go in. Noble Gaming, they had to go in if they wanted to save the round. It was a 1v2 situation, but health points, they just come in handy when you are going in the last phase of the game, and these shots actually gave him a lot of damage, and at the end they did count. It was a 1v1 situation at the end. The other player too far to provide any kind of backup, but yeah, Velocity Gaming coming back 9-6. Now they have a 3-point lead, and I guess it's enough to give them a little bit of confidence going into the next round. I guess this confidence can easily have them win this round as well, because now Noble is going to be in a lot of pressure as Xkelly takes down first player from Noble. And we have seen if when Noble loses out one of their players, it's very hard for them to recreate any kind of comeback. Roxy, what a beautiful headshot coming in from him, finishing off Xkelly. Another shot coming in, but it will be Amaterasu who will be getting that confirmation on Rexy, and now we are down to a 3v4 situation.
Certainly a 3v4 situation coming in from Velocity Gaming as well, and things look to be very difficult because Amaterasu, he still has that rolling thunder, he still has the concussion, he still has 3 flashes as you can see from below. This is VLT's V4 once again trying to enter into sight, and you have a lot of cyber cages coming in, smokes everywhere coming in from different directions. Noble Harsh is still out there. He has a Spectre. I'm not really sure if he's going to do any sort of damage with it, but with it being said, I guess this is the raw power that Velocity possesses. Noble Esports, they are completely shut down from sight, and you just don't want to stand in front of these players when they are in top form. Once again, Amaterasu, he is holding angles. You probably cannot get past him when you are right in front of him, and this is something which I was talking about. He got away from that spray, but here you have the ultimates is ready, the flashes are ready, the flash will be coming in, but that won't really be required because Right to Ace picks up 2 kills on his own merit. Right now Noble Tito gets revealed, and Vibor will be finishing things off. This is what Velocity is capable of, and right now they are just clean sweeping Noble across the map at the moment, and this is all what the Velocity dance is all about.
Finally the trades were coming in, but unfortunately not in the right proportion. If you talk about Velocity, they were going 2-1, they were getting 2 kills for 1 deaths, and that was the main cause that Velocity was still 3 players standing at the end. And you look at Noble, that they are in a lot of pressure, losing out on the first game in a clean sweep, starting off well in the second, but now look at Velocity, they have a 4-point lead. Noble, they need to step on that accelerator, they need to go all in, or else it's all over for them. These are the finals, you are playing best of 3. First game has already been won by Velocity. You go into second game, Velocity with 4 player lead, but I guess they are also trying their best. They don't want to lose as well, so they are also trying their best, but unfortunately Velocity is just manhandling them still. 10 points. If you look at this, it's still 2-10 because Noble Esports, they started off with a 4 point starting, and there were no points to Velocity Gaming, but now Velocity completing that deficit, and on top of that also getting a 4-point leads right now. So Noble Esports, Rexy finally getting that kill on Vibor, so they have started off well. This has been their strategy. Let's see if they can continue that. And the counter knock will be coming in, counter confirmation will be coming in from Velocity as well. Ooh. But now somebody's put to good use. It's going to be Amaterasu gets that kill on Noble, but Sai coming up with 2 kills on the players of VLT, and Noble Esports finally winning another round and putting a stop to the domination of VLT for a little while. It's still 10-7, 3 points lead, still to Velocity Gaming. The game is still on. Noble is still fighting. Noble is still up and running, but for how long?
It's definitely the question for how long, but I just saw the the scorecard, and I just saw my man Antidote once again with 22 kills and 11 deaths. This guy is an absolute beast once again. I kind of felt that the rush coming in from Velocity was not really just that great because the rolling thunder coming in from the Brimstone, it is his ultimate, but it did not really affect a lot of the players. But whatever be it, once again Noble Esports got 1 round. Is it going to be one of the many rounds that they get? I'm not really sure about that, because Velocity, they might have been just smacked back into reality that they're not here to dominate. They are winning the rounds because they are playing well, but they just cannot manhandle the teams like they think they will be able to do it. And this is Sai once again back in his full strength. He takes down VLT's V-board. Right now Sai is completely blinded. 5 HP gets taken down. Rexy finishing things off for Amaterasu. At this point here on, I guess it's really tough to predict anything, but Right to Ace, Antidote, Right to Ace with a triple kill. This guy is an absolute beast. Right now Harsh gets taken down. 11-7 for Velocity Gaming. 2 points of winning this match and cruising in the finals. This is going to be a manslaughter happening in Ascent. I just cannot put it in a better way possible.
Antidote and Right to Ace coming back very strongly. At one point, Noble was cruising with those initial kills, but after that, Right to Ace, actually changing the game completely. And if you look at Antidote right now, 23 kills, 11 deaths, amazing gameplay coming in from his side as well. Now 11-7, it's just 2-point move for Velocity Gaming. Noble Esports, they have been doing well, but they haven't been able to meet the ends right now. Still 4 points lead to Velocity Gaming, and this is the kind of lead that you would want going into the match point in the later phases. And this is what I was talking about. A 3 to 4 point match point lead can actually give you a lot of confidence and can give you a good comfortable win over your opponent. Let's see if that happens. And right now, if you look at Right to Ace, again starting off on a very good note. It's like he's just continuing from the last game. Xkelly also finishing off Hirsch, and I guess Velocity Gaming will be trying to clutch his as Xkelly gets another, and now Noble is down to 1.
Noble is certainly down to 1, and once again in the last round I kind of messed up my words. I kind of misplaced Brimstone with Breach, but that does not really matter. I guess the emotion was most important. But here you have Velocity once again, 4v1 situation, no way close to what Antidote is all about. Hika gets taken down. I guess Noble Esports is completely broken right now. Their spirits are down because at this moment I don't even think that they are fighting, because Team Velocity, they are just sweeping. This is clean sweep of Team Noble Esports in a once again in their own home ground. This is definitely not Noble's home ground, but I kind of feel that they preferred this particular map only because they won in such convincing fashion against Team Orange Rock. But here you go, Velocity once again just dominating in every front. I guess it does not really matter what battleground you're in. When you're up against Velocity, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough whatever map it is. Velocity Gaming is going to give you a tough competition, and they have been doing that. 12-7 on the cards right now. Noble Esports not starting on a very good fashion, as Vibo gets another to finish off one of the players from Noble. It's a 5v3 situation. Velocity Gaming high on numbers, high on points. You look at scorecards, Spike has been planted as well. Noble Esports looking a little weak right now. Will they be able to give a comeback here? Finally a shot connected on all the players of VLT. The fight back is coming in, the comeback is coming in, but will it be enough to finish off, to shut down the players of Velocity Gaming? Let's see what happens. Right to Ace, this guy is amazing. He has been turning the table for his squad again and again, and it's going to be Right to Ace again getting those 2 kills for his squad, and taking the score to 13-7.
This is the winners of Valorant tournament. This is Skyesports Championship 2.0, and Velocity Gaming is the one who is winning it away in convincing fashion. 2 straight games right off the block, and there you have it. Antidote and Xkelly completely blowing off the competition. 25 kills, 11 deaths, 2 assists. There has been not a single player who has been close to this guy when he is playing his guitars, when he is pulling off the strings for his team, when he is in convincing fashion. Once again, what a tournament it has been. But the finals, I guess Velocity pulled down the curtains much earlier than we expected. There was no fight coming in from Noble whatsoever. I wouldn't really put it that way. I would like to put it in this particular fashion. Like Velocity, they just ran bulldozers. They just ran bulldozers straight on top of Noble. It's like showing what they are made up of, what they are capable of. And once again, the best team of the country is right at the place where it should be.
VLT coming out on top. Very smooth rush from them. Very smooth, championship win for them as well. Because if you look at the finals, first round complete clean sweep. Second round a little hiccup at the starting, but after that giving no points away, and the champions are right on your screens. It's going to be Velocity Gaming. Kind of expected. But yeah, with this kind of smoothness, with this kind of domination, Velocity has done it again.
Velocity has certainly done it again and once again. I mean, there has been a very healthy competition between Velocity and Noble Esports. It has been running for quite a few time right now, but I kind of feel the level where Velocity is currently, it is way beyond any particular team. And once again, Noble is a relatively newer side as compared to Velocity. These guys have been playing Valorant for since its beta days, and I'm not really sure, but Noble Esports, they need to grind much more, and right now Velocity is probably at a stage, is at a pedestal where it's really hard to bring them down, when it's really hard to catch them where they are. Their gameplay is just on another level. The level of domination which they show against any kind of opponent, I feel it's really high. Once again, I kind of feel that Noble Esports did make it to the finals, but Global Esports last time out in the semi-finals almost choked down Velocity to its limits. But today itself, I guess Velocity were much more prepared, they're much more ruthless, and this was a complete merciless display coming in from Team Velocity Gaming. This is absolutely merciless. They destroyed their opponents whatsoever.
They gave them no chance of coming back. If you look at the first game itself, they started off well, they finished off in style, and after that, coming on to the second game, they're losing out on the first 4 games, but after that, giving no chance as well, getting that initial lead after the 6th point, and after that, confirming that lead, taking that lead to the next phases. Now we have the phase 2 on our screen, so it is going to be the phase 2 that is going to come up on Skyesports again. So if you want to stay with us, if you want to watch this competition as well, you can subscribe to the channel. More information will be provided on our Instagram as well. Phase 2, these are the teams who are going to go up against each other: Velocity, Level Zeros, Team Tamilas Alpha. Then we have Resilience, Global Esports, OR Esports, and Noble Esports fighting against each other for the championship crown again. The prize pool for phase 2, it's again going to be the 75,000 rupees, and the division is going to be the same again.
Certainly enough, and these are not new teams. Once again, we saw phase 1, these are the teams who were qualified to the quarterfinals. Phase 2 will be another start from the quarterfinals back again, and we might see new faces, we might see new teams. Team Tamilas Alpha versus Team Tamilas, it's going to be really huge. I guess there is going to be a lot of people who will be looking for options, like which particular team should I support, like which particular Team Tamilas should I support. But nonetheless, I guess one match that really stands out is going to be Orange Rock Esports versus Team Noble Esports. That certainly looks to be a blockbuster right away. Right off the block, Velocity Esports, Level 0 are going to go up against in the quarterfinals, and Resilience go up against Global Esports. Each of these matches are going to be live streamed. So phase 2 once again are going to come very soon. So if you've enjoyed phase 1, do make sure you do everything that is required to keep Skyesports alive and kicking in. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the stream because it helps us a lot. Give their Instagram handle a follow and show them all the love that they deserve in the live chat. The stage is all set for you guys, but you know what? The stage is all set for Velocity Gaming because the championship interview will be coming in very shortly. Dinker, do you feel that Velocity did deserve the victory that they have today?
Everything corresponds to that. If everything points to that, if you look at their performances in the semi-finals, in the quarterfinals, then coming into the finals as well, they have done well. They have manhandled every other team. They were thrown in a big competition as well. They were shown a big portrayal of the fights from the other squads, Global Esports also. But they did well. They actually won over every other squad to win that tournament, and they certainly deserved it. Talking about the prize pool, as we talked about it, it's going to be phase 2, 40,000 to the champions. Runners up also getting 25,000. Third place goes for 10,000, and MVP gets a HyperX product. Star player gets a WD black product, Western Digital product. So we were talking about phase 1 and phase 2. So if you don't know about that, this is the kind of thing that you would want to know. And on top of that, if you want to get some more information about these tournaments, about these matches, you can follow us on Instagram. All the things will be updated in the stories and the posts that we will be having.
Certainly enough, and right now we already know who actually get these big bucks. Champions, I guess the prize pool is going to Velocity Gaming, 40,000 rupees once again. Runners up take away 25,000. Third place gets 10,000. So runners up will be, that is Team Noble Esports. I'm not really sure about the third place. I guess the points difference will actually be mentioning. I guess the third place has to be Global Esports due to the points difference. They almost pushed this particular team, that is Velocity Gaming, up to their neck once again. They were almost at the verge of choking. But very two important prizes. We have our MVP and the star player. The MVP gets a HyperX product and the star player gets a WD Black NVMe SSD. So these are going to be announced here as well, so don't go anywhere. But guys in the live chat, let us know know what do you think, because in the finals, if you haven't really heard of the news, it was a clean sweep coming in from Velocity Gaming. They have completely obliterated the competition in Noble Esports in a 2-0 win in both the matches. Both the matches were held in Bind, and then we went on to Ascent. No matter what the battleground was, it was only Velocity Gaming who were coming out victorious.
It was all Velocity Gaming, and not just one player. It was a team effort. All the players kicked in. In the first round, we had Vibhor and company, getting those kills. Then we had Antidote also coming out on top in the second game. Some players from the other squad. Noble Esports also did really well. They come out if you talk about Rexy, he also did really well. It was a great matchup between the two teams. It was unfortunate for Noble Esports to lose out with such a margin, but there is always a scope of improvement, and there are some big guys as well. There are some experienced guys. They just need to get some more exposure, and they will be up and running again.
Certainly enough. And once again, guys, the highlights are going to be up on your screen. Don't go anywhere, because you know what's coming. The interview is coming in from Velocity Gaming as well. You don't want to miss out on this, because these players, they are going to speak right at you. Our casters from the Hindi stream will be asking them a lot of questions, and they will be there answering you live on stream. So don't go anywhere. Check out here as well. Just stay here. It will be streamed on the English deck as well. So don't really go anywhere, because we need you guys to stay, and we need you guys to see the interview as well. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we will be right back.
One player remaining. 30 seconds left. Seconds left.
Amateur.
One player remains. 10 seconds left. One player remaining. One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining.
Silence.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
One left.
One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आज आप हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं एक चैंपियन जो अभी अभी स्काई स्पोर्ट्स चैंपियनशिप 2.0 वैलोरेंट चैंपियनशिप के फेज 1 चैंपियन तो बन चुके हैं, बट पिछले जितने भी मैंने टूर्नामेंट देखे हैं सबके चैंपियन है. पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर फॉर वीएलटी एंटीडोट.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for having us. Having me, rather.
Yeah, so it's thank you so much for coming. It's going to be an amazing journey. आप आगे जो आने वाली है, but जो पिछले हमने देखी जर्नी वो ही काफी कमाल की थी. And I have to say I am spellbounded that you have created a team which is hard to beat.
I mean, yeah, like we knew each other. पहले से ही हम लोग अपने आप को जानते थे. All the players we were playing Counter Strike बहुत साल से Tier 1 Counter Strike में थे इंडिया में, तो वो ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगा जेलअप होने में, और साथ में हम लोग सब स्विच किए वैलोरेंट में, तो वो काफ़ी अच्छा स्विच था. तो टीम बनने में ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगा, और बाकी जेलअप होने में ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगा. तो वही हम लोग का आउट गेम जो फ्रेंडशिप रहता है, जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग रहता है, वही इन गेम हम लोग को बहुत हेल्प कर रहा है. तो यस, आई थिंक दैट्स वन ऑफ द की थिंग्स ऑफ आवर सक्सेस.
वेल, सिंक्रोनाइजेशन जो आपकी है, जो आप अटैक करते हैं, जो डिफेंड करते हैं, एक दूसरे को कवर प्रोवाइड करते हैं, वो लाजवाब है. आई हैव टू से जो ट्रेड आप निकालते हैं, वैलोरेंट एक ऐसी गेम है जहाँ पे आप 5v5 खेलते हैं, बट जो ट्रेड्स आप निकालते हैं वो भी काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट रहते हैं. कुछ उस बारे में बताइए कि क्या प्लानिंग रहती है आपकी, क्या स्ट्रेटजी रहती है, जिस तरह से आप एक साथ मिलकर रश करते हैं, एक साथ मिलकर डिफेंड करते हैं. दैट इज रियली इंप्रेसिव.
वेल, मैं एक चीज बोलना चाहता हूँ कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज रहता है वैलोरेंट गेम के अंदर है कम्युनिकेशन. बिकॉज तुम क्या देख रहे हो, तुम क्या सुन रहे हो, तुम क्या करना चाहते हो, तुम क्या करवाना चाहते हो टीम से, ये सब आपको बोलना पड़ता है, ताकि वो जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग, वो जो कोऑर्डिनेशन है वो अच्छा बैठ सके. तो वंस एक टीम का कोऑर्डिनेशन, आई मीन कम्युनिकेशन अच्छा बन जाता है, तो ये सब ऑटोमेटिकली होने लगता है. ट्रेड गेम्स अपना, फिर हो गया रीटेक्स एंड ऑल, एग्जीक्यूशन, तो ये सब उसके बाद आता है. पहले यू नीड टू इम्प्रूव योर कम्युनिकेशन. तो अगर आपका कम्युनिकेशन अच्छा है तो ऑटोमेटिक ये सब हो जाता है.
वेल, बिल्कुल वो दिख रहा है यहाँ पे आपके गेम प्ले में कि कितने बेहतर तरीके से आप दोस्त भी काफ़ी अच्छे हैं मेरे ख्याल से, जितने भी आपके साथ प्लेयर्स हैं, बिकॉज जो कम्युनिकेशन है, जो स्किल्स आपके लेवल है, जो जेलअप आप हो रहे हैं, वो भी काफ़ी अच्छा यहाँ पे नजर आ रहा है. साथ ही साथ टूर्नामेंट्स बैक टू बैक. इस टीम के बारे में आपका क्या कहना है, ये वेलोसिटी वीएलटी जो आप ब्रांड अब आपके साथ जुड़ चुका है, इसके बारे में आपको क्या कहना है? क्योंकि आई थिंक दिस हैज बीन अ फैंटास्टिक जर्नी, एक फेरी टेल की तरह है. बैक टू बैक टूर्नामेंट्स, विक्ट्रीज यहाँ पे आ रही हैं आपकी तरफ से.
एब्सोल्युटली वीएलटी के बारे में क्या ही कहना है, बिकॉज हम लोग जब वर्टिगो में थे, हम लोग का जब हम लोग ऑर्गलेस थे, तो हम लोग के साथ मतलब वी वर टॉकिंग विद मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बट वीएलटी को समहाउ हम लोग बहुत अच्छा, क्योंकि उनका और हम लोग का जो माइंडसेट है कि हम लोग को अभी इंडिया के बाहर जाके कुछ करना है, देश का नाम ऊपर लाना है, वैलोरेंट सीन इन मतलब वैलोरेंट इंडिया में हो रहा है वो वर्ल्ड मैप में लाना है, तो ये बहुत गोल्स जो है वो सिमिलर है वीएलटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और हम लोग प्लेयर्स का। तो इसके लिए हम लोग ने वीएलटी को वो टाइम पे चूज किया, और बाकी जो फैसिलिटीज वीएलटी हमें देती है वो भी बहुत मतलब बहुत ही अच्छे हैं, ताकि हम लोग को सिर्फ गेम पे ही ध्यान देना पड़ता है और बाकी कुछ बैक एंड कुछ मतलब टेंशन नहीं रहता है। तो बस एक अच्छा पार्टनरशिप चल रहा है प्लेयर्स और मैनेजमेंट का, तो वही पार्टनरशिप के लिए सेंचुरी बनते जा रहे हैं हर टूर्नामेंट में।
वेल हम भी चाहते हैं कि हर शतक पे आपकी लिए तालियां बजाते रहें। एज अ फैन, एज अ कास्टर, हम भी आपके लिए चीयर कर रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ एक सवाल हमने जनता से पूछा था, आपने कोई जनता का कोई सवाल था। एक सवाल ये था, जो भी यंग प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं वो जानना चाहते हैं, 0-4 से अगर आप पीछे चले जाते हैं कभी, तो क्या थिंकिंग रहती है, क्या प्रेशर बनता है, या क्या सोचते हैं टीम में, अब क्या बातें होती हैं बीच में अगर एक बार आप पीछे चले जाते हैं तो?
तो पहले तो इतना 0-4 हम लोग स्टार्ट करते, तो अभी पहले तो हम लोग हंसते हैं कि फ्रीज टाइम में कि वापस से 0-4 वापस से 0-4। नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। जब तक वो 13 राउंड 13 जो नंबर है वो नहीं होता है, तब तक हार नहीं माननी चाहिए। कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, ये गेम है, एक बुलेट का गेम है। अगर तुम्हारा बुलेट लगता है तो तुम मारते हो, अगर नहीं लगता है तुम हारते हो। तो जब तक 13 कंप्लीट नहीं होता है तो हम लोग हार नहीं मानते। तो ऑब्वियस सब लोग ही वैसा ही सोचते हैं। बट एक चीज है कि हम लोग का पिस्टल्स राउंड में हम लोग को और वर्क करना चाहिए, तो धीरे-धीरे हम लोग कर रहे हैं। पास्ट 2-3 टूर्नामेंट मैचेस में हम लोग पिस्टल राउंड्स निकालना भी चालू किए और अच्छा खेलना चालू किया। वो नहीं मालूम क्यों होता है, आई थिंक कुछ तो मतलब खराब कर रहे हैं हम लोग, तो हम लोग अपना होमवर्क करेंगे उसका पिस्टल राउंड्स का। बट बस इसी के लिए 4-0 हम लोग स्टार्ट होता है और कुछ नहीं। इफ यू विन द पिस्टल वी गो ऑन टू 13-1 13-2 गेम, अदरवाइज थोड़ा गेम 67
वेल
आई मीन 37 होता है।
वेल आपकी जो जनता है वो तो कह रही थी कि यार पिस्टल राउंड हारते हैं, वो तो शगुन है वीएलटी का, वो तो शगुन आता है, वो हारने के बाद ही जीत हासिल होती है फिर।
यस,
वेल
वही
ये तो
जैसा
प्यार
मैं
है
बोल
आपके
रहा था।
फैंस का। या
हाँ, हाँ,
एग्जैक्टली, ये तो
कंटिन्यू।
आपका फैंस का प्यार है, एंड बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट करते हैं आपको। एंड आपके टीममेट्स के बारे में बताइए, उनके साथ गेम प्ले, वो भी काफी कमाल के प्लेयर, आप भी काफी कमाल के। एक ऐसा, मैं पहले भी मैंने मेंशन करा ये नाम, एक फेरी टेल है जब इतने सारे अच्छे प्लेयर एक साथ एक टीम में आते हैं, एक लाइनअप बनाते हैं। क्या जो वहां पे सिचुएशन बनती है, जो सिंक्रोनाइजेशन बनती है, कोई कभी ऐसा रहता है कि मैं किल करूंगा, या फिर आप बिल्कुल बराबर एक दूसरे को कवर प्रोवाइड करते हो?
नहीं, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है। मतलब हम लोग प्रॉपर टीम गेम खेलना पसंद करते हैं, और हम लोग के टीम का जो बैलेंस है वो बहुत ही अच्छा है। हम लोग लकीली एक प्रॉपर बैलेंस, जो एक बंदा आप लोग को मालूम ही है, मैं उसको क्लच गॉड बोलता हूँ इंडिया का, राइट टू एस वो रहता है, जो कि हम लोग का बैकबोन जैसे पीछे खेलता है, क्लच निकालता है। अनुज अमरतरसु जो आप लोग का ब्रेन है, आईजीएल अपने टीम का, विबोर जो एक एंकर है, उसके वजह से हम लोग बहुत फ्री स्पेस मिलता है हम लोग को मैप में। मेरे को और एक्सकैली को रोम करते हैं, और मैं और एक्सकैली जो डुअलिस्ट रोल, स्नाइपिंग रोल मैं करता हूँ, एक्सकैली करते हैं। हम लोग का काम ही है कि सामने वाले के मतलब सामने वाले को जाके मारो, खत्म करो, और बाकी कोई टेंशन ही नहीं रहता है कि पीछे क्या करना है, बिकॉज हम लोग के पास जो बैकअप है, तो बहुत ही काबिल तारीफ है वो। कुछ मतलब ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं, पूरा परफेक्ट बैलेंस है हम लोग के टीम में, तो वो बहुत हेल्प करता है हम लोग को रिजल्ट्स लाने के लिए।
वेल बिल्कुल वो चीज़ दिख भी रही है आपके गेम प्ले में, आपके टूर्नामेंट स्ट्रीक जो आपकी चल रही है। अभी आगे आने वाले टूर्नामेंट्स का आपका क्या प्लान है? गेम्सो के पास एक सवाल था जो मेरे साथ
यस,
डिस्कस कर रहे थे। गेम्सो,
बिल्कुल। तो एटीट्यूड जो आपका अपकमिंग टूर्नामेंट आने वाला है, एक इंटरनेशनल टूर्नामेंट, आई गेस लैंड होगा वो, तो उसकी तैयारी प्रिपरेशन के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहेंगे हमारे व्यूअर्स को?
एब्सोल्युटली, ज़रूर। पहले तो हम लोग बहुत बर्nt आउट है सब प्लेयर्स, बिकॉज़ इतना सारे ये महीने में बहुत टूर्नामेंट्स खेल लिए, और आपको
यस,
मालूम ही है कि इंडिया में अभी जो टीम्स है वो सब अभी लाइक हम लोग को बहुत टीम्स लुक अप, मतलब हम लोग का गेम बहुत देखता है, हम लोग को स्टडी करते हैं, तो
यस,
हम लोग के पास अभी प्रैक्टिस भी नहीं हो पा रहा था, जस्ट बिकॉज़ एवरी डे वी आर प्लेइंग सम ऑफिशियल गेम्स, तो इसके लिए हम लोग का प्रैक्टिस भी नहीं हो रहा है, तो नए चीज़ें ला नहीं पा रहे हम लोग गेम के अंदर। वही पुरानी चीज़ें कुछ इधर-उधर ट्विक करके मिक्स अप करके हम लोग कर रहे हैं। तो इसके लिए हम लोग काफ़ी रीडेबल भी बन जा रहे हैं, बिकॉज़ काफ़ी क्लोज़ भी जा रहा है गेम्स हम लोग के सामने, प्लेयर्स टीम्स कर रहे हैं। तो वही है, हम लोग ने डिसाइड किया कि नेक्स्ट मंथ कुछ टूर्नामेंट्स हम लोग स्किप करेंगे, और हम लोग अपने खुद पे ध्यान देंगे, और खुद का जो प्रैक्टिस रहता है वो हम लोग करेंगे। और उसके वो प्रिपरेशन हम लोग को हेल्प करेगा इंटरनेशनल जो सामने टूर्नामेंट्स आ रहा है उसके लिए। तो बिकॉज़ अभी हम लोग का मेंटल स्टेट है कि हम लोग को बाहर जस्ट इंडिया को मतलब पार्टिसिपेट करने नहीं जाना है या सिल्वर मेडल नहीं लेना है, हम लोग को उधर जाके जीतना है, बिकॉज हम लोग बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं अभी, मतलब बहुत अच्छा क्या इंडियन कंट्री में बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं अभी, उसको हम लोग वर्ल्ड
यस,
लीग में लेके जाना चाहते हैं।
वेल बिल्कुल हमारी
बिल्कुल
तरफ से
ब्रो।
तो यही आशाएं रहेंगी कि आप जाएं और इंडिया का नाम रोशन करें एंड वी ऑल विल बी चीयरिंग फॉर यू। योर एवरी सिंगल इंडियन जो वैलोरेंट देखता है वो आपके लिए चीयर कर रहा होगा उस टाइम पे एंड आई होप कि वो एक लाजवाब मोमेंट होगा जब आप एक ट्रॉफी लेके वापस इंडिया आएंगे। दैट वुड बी ऑसम। साथ ही साथ ये जो नई जनता हमारे साथ जुड़ रही है, जहाँ यहाँ पे नए प्लेयर्स हैं जो वैलोरेंट खेलना शुरू कर रहे हैं, अभी शुरुआत करी है, गोल्ड पे हैं, आयरन पे हैं, ब्रॉन्ज पे हैं, उनके लिए कुछ आप देना चाहेंगे, कुछ आप एक्सपीरियंस अपना शेयर करना चाहेंगे उनके साथ?
यस,
ऑफ कोर्स ऑफ कोर्स, पहले तो मैं यही बोलूंगा कि जो नया तुम लोग खेल रहे हो तो वो पहले आप अपना मैकेनिकल स्किल्स जो रहता है, अपना शूटिंग, आपका मूवमेंट, उस पे ध्यान दो। स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्ट बाद में आता है। अपना मैकेनिकल स्किल्स अगर आप इंप्रूव करोगे तो उसके बाद डेमो देखना चालू करो, अच्छे अच्छे प्लेयर्स का देखना चालू करो, इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स का देखना चालू करो, वो लोग क्या करते, क्यों करते, क्वेश्चन मार्क लगाओ सबके पीछे। तो यस, तो अगर आप वो चीज देखने लगोगे और टाइम दोगे, डेडिकेटेड रहोगे गेम के अंदर, तो ऑब्वियसली अच्छा ही होगा। प्लस टैलेंट भी आपको हेल्प करता है थोड़ा। तो यस, अगर आपके पास टैलेंट है तो मैं बोलूंगा जरूर आप मेहनत करो, अपना मैकेनिकल स्किल्स आगे बढ़ाओ, अपना एम, अपना मूवमेंट, ये सब अच्छा करो, उसके बाद स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्ट पे ध्यान दो। इवेंचुअली रिजल्ट्स अच्छे ही आएंगे।
वेल इवेंचुअली जैसा कि यहाँ पे बताया एंटीडोट ने कि मेहनत करते रहो, मेहनत का फल हमेशा आपको मिलेगा एंड एक्सपीरियंस का भी फर्क यहाँ पे पड़ता है। तो जितना ज़्यादा आप खेलेंगे उतना ज़्यादा आपको यहाँ पे फ़ायदा मिलेगा। एक आखिरी सवाल, एक्चुअली दो सवाल मेरे पास हैं आपके लिए। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, स्काई ई स्पोर्ट्स जो यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो कर रहा है यहाँ पे कोशिश के जो भी ई स्पोर्ट्स है उसको ग्रो किया जाए, उसके बारे में आपको ये टूर्नामेंट कैसा लगा? एनी फीडबैक ऑन दैट?
आई बी ऑनेस्ट, मेरे को बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। हम लोग पहले इवेंट भी खेले, पहला इवेंट भी हम लोग जो खेले वो भी हम लोग जीते, जो इनविटेशनल था। और ये जो ओपन टू ऑल जो अभी जो टूर्नामेंट था वो भी खेले, दोनों ही हम लोग जीते। काफी खुश कि दोनों ट्रॉफीज घर आ रही है। बट एक सजेशन जरूर दूंगा, कि नेक्स्ट टाइम स्काई स्पोर्ट्स जैसे इतना बड़ा लीग करा रहे, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं यही आशा रखूंगा स्काई स्पोर्ट्स की तरफ से कि वो लोग अपना जो सीडिंग है वो मेंटेन करे, तो फिर क्या जो अच्छे मैचेस रहेंगे वो फाइनल्स में दिखने को मिलेंगे।
वेल बिल्कुल ये चीज़ आपको देखने को मिलेगी। यू नो हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हर प्लेयर, हर कोई एक्सपीरियंस से सीखता है एंड वही चीज़ यहाँ पे भी होते हुए आपको नजर आएगी। इंप्रूवमेंट हर किसी को चाहिए एंड दैट वुड हैपन। एक आखिरी सवाल जो आपकी जनता है, बंगाली टाइगर यहाँ पे स्पैम हो रहा है हमारी चैट में, तो एंटीडोट आप अपने फैंस, वीएलटी के फैंस को जाते जाते कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? जो वो सपोर्ट दिखाते हैं, आके वीएलटी ओपी यहाँ पे स्पैम करते हैं पूरा टाइम, 4-5 घंटे की स्ट्रीम में वही चलता रहता है, उनके लिए आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
गाइज ऐसे ही सपोर्ट करो, ऐसे ही प्यार दो हमें। हम लोग बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, बहुत ही ज़्यादा हम लोग सोचते हैं गेम के अंदर, ताकि कैसे हम लोग इम्प्रूव कर सके, कैसे देश को आगे लेके जा सके। तो पहला हम लोग को मौका मिल रहा है सिंगापुर जाने का, इंडिया का झंडा लहराने का उधर। तो ऐसे ही हम लोग को प्यार देते रहो, जैसे ही आप हम लोग को डीएम करते हो, सब प्लेयर्स को डीएम करते हो, स्ट्रीम पे आते हो, ये सब हम लोग को बहुत मोटिवेट करता है। कीप डूइंग इट गाइज। We, the players and the management from Velocity, we love you guys, and that's it.
थैंक यू सो मच एंटीडोट हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए एंड वंस अगेन कांग्रेचुलेशंस। ऐसे ही एंटरटेन करते रहिए हमको भी, हमारी जनता को भी, एंड मजा आएगा आपको आगे आने वाले टूर्नामेंट्स में देखने के लिए, और आगे जो इंटरनेशनल आप इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे उसमें भी काफी मजा आएगा। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। पार्टी जरूर आज थोड़ा सा पोस्ट करिएगा कैसे आप करने वाले, दैट वुड बी ऑसम, बिकॉज हम भी आपके स्ट्रीम पे आते हैं, हम भी देखते हैं आपको खेलते हुए, तो हमें भी कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस, इट्स बिन अ प्लेजर हैविंग यू विद अस।
Thank you, guys.
तो ये थे
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Medusa, esports, ashalalala, sisters. Me never a couple bus. I love it when you kiss. Afro, Georgie, vintage. Hera, Messi, chorus. Nah, 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 nah.